Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna cheers.
Cheers.
I'm coming for the cheers.
I like the ritual.
Come for the cheers.
Yep,
for the
yep,
cheers.
yep,
The cheers. The
yep.
cheers. The
Cheers.
cheers. Cheers.
Oh, did I not touch everyone?
Everyone's got to touch tips at least.
At least once.
We're in this together.
All right, Dares.
All right.
What is this podcast called?
Consistently off.
Consistently off.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. We are back. It's number
yeah.
223.
Oh my
223.
God. Wow, nice.
Episode
Y'all are busy.
223. yeah.
I thought you were like weekly. I was like, I guess.
Yeah. When
That's a
you
good
go
number.
weekly, you rack up the numbers fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here with 75% of the Dares.
Yeah.
so
Let's go.
75%.
All right, so that way everyone that's listening, I'm just going to do a roll call. It's Craig.
Oliver.
John.
Ben.
Anthony.
That way the listeners would be like, I think I know who's talking.
Yeah,
You know what
okay,
I'll do?
gotcha.
Like, when we go into post, I'm going to pan it.
Yeah.
If they're watching, they're like, oh, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
not
What's up,
too
man?
much. It's
Good,
been a
how you
while
doing?
since.
It's been a
Welcome
long
to
time.
the cast.
Yeah,
I
it's
told
first
you I
time.
was going to tell you.
Yeah.
This is your third time.
Yeah.
This is my
technically
third time, yeah.
Ben has been on the cast before.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
So
I'm-
now
Yeah.
you're a three-timer.
He's,
Yeah.
he's in the Three-Timers Club.
Yeah. We just recently saw you guys at Wayfair.
Yes,
Yeah.
we saw you guys there
We're
too.
so
Right. No, we saw you. You didn't see us. Yeah.
but before that, Hashi was on, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's July 20th of 2021.
Oh shit.
That's already 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's been 2
a
years.
year
And then
and
the
a half.
Brothers Dare is May 16th of 2020.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's been that long since.
Right after COVID started.
Like
Yeah,
three and a
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah, like during COVID.
Yeah.
5/16/20.
we
So
were
we
at
were
Gemini together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We were still
The
in
Gemini days, man.
Yeah.
in that great air filtration system. So I'm sure none of us got sick. after that.
Yeah.
We all avoided it.
Patient zero of a COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was going to say, like, in the meantime, it's been like single city, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
like a couple singles like every year since
Yeah.
since
We
we
Yeah.
were
talked.
just listening to him before you guys got here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Familiar.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Catching up. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the latest things, there's like a lot of layers of tones and things that match the tonality of that song. Like
Okay,
the mood of
yes.
that song, like, I think there was bells in something that we were listening
Yeah,
to, and
yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
perfectly placed.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Because that
In
song
misdirection.
needed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it needs that there. That's what
Okay.
that song should sound
Yeah.
like. So
I took the inspiration from Harry Styles, as it was.
There you go.
There's
Okay.
a bell thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. You kind of hear that in like 60s music, and I thought it punctuates like that downbeat, and I thought it was kind of
Yeah.
cool.
totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When are those decisions made? I know.
Well, they're kind of
Yeah.
I don't know. It's once the song's recorded, we'll just start throwing stuff on top. Like we'll listen, throw stuff on it, listen back. Like, oh, that sucks. Nah, let's take that out. Let's add more. It's
Yeah.
kind of until it sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so like Ben's pretty good at handy at that kind of stuff.
It's usually like, so we'll track at where we practice. It's at the conference room at my dad's office in Newport. And,
Okay.
so then I'll bring it back home and I'll just mix it and I'll edit and mix it, and then I tend to just like mess around and add like a little ear candy, and like that's how those choices are made. It's
Sure.
like, just what how do we elevate this moment or whatever.
Yeah.
Then what's like the time limit you'll put on it? You're like, all right.
It's too long.
Well,
That's a whole different thing. In
like, hey man,
itself.
we gotta bring that down.
Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to get better with the timing of it, because
Yeah.
like I want to do more singles like consistently, maybe like every 2 months ideally, but
Sure.
like recently it's been maybe 1 or 2 a year, and
Yeah.
it's just we've been busy, I think.
I hear it.
Yeah.
But also, you want to get something fucking right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if the thing doesn't sound like it
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
like, get it.
Yeah, you guys understand that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Until it sounds right, especially if we're doing it ourselves, so
Yeah.
we have the privilege of taking our time.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we take advantage of it.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I think it's super important.
It's great to make those tweaks, and you're like, everyone gets like excited about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
think
it
it's
makes you
important
like
to keep
it more.
everybody excited into it. You don't want to be like, I don't know. put it in the vault.
Well, it's the freedom of being self-produced, but it's also like the parameters aren't there, right? Like there's no one telling you, hey, we have 3 more hours and then the song's done. It's like, oh, we
Yeah.
can just drag this out forever, which is kind of a bad thing sometimes. Sure.
Definitely.
Because it drags out, right?
Yeah.
But then ideally, if you do it right, you're getting the best version that you hear and you're getting your ideas out there. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked over and over again. That was the whole brainchild of this, because once you're on like someone else's time,
Yes.
you don't necessarily make
Good decisions.
not good decisions.
Yeah.
It can feel like a compromise. Or
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so since I've I don't know anything about you guys. I've known you
For a while,
A
like
bit.
Yes, a decade,
perhaps
Probably.
more.
perhaps more. Yeah,
Perhaps more.
Yeah, let's not dive
Which is
too
great. Which
deep
is
into
great.
it.
But so listen to this is just the two brothers getting at each
Yeah.
other at Gemini.
Yeah.
And it's great. We got like all of your history. How long you been jamming?
So I know Ben and Matt since high school. We're high
Okay.
school homies. I was in other
Spanish
bands.
class together.
Yeah.
Aw.
I was in other projects, and we were always playing together at our local venue, the Red Cross.
Yeah.
It's kind of how we
Cross.
always played together. I joined the band 2011,
Okay.
something like that, around there. We were always jamming before, but we're like, it just kind of happened one day.
Yeah, we lost our old bassist,
Yeah.
and kind of it was like when we got dropped from our label, and we were like, well, I don't want to give up, so let's redo this. Let's get members that we want to be around. Like not that I didn't want to be around my old bassist or anything, but like you get to choose. Like yeah, and, oh sorry, and then like we get to choose what we want to do, and so. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're like we were just friends. There was a pretty big hardcore scene in Whittier at the time, and he was in hardcore bands, and
I mean, still, right? It'll never die. in
Yeah, I just have
Yeah.
homies that are still in it, and it's
Yeah.
still going hard.
Whittier. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
so that's
never-
how we knew him.
Yeah, because they were always it was just a one guitar
Trio, yeah.
trio, and then
Yeah.
all the recordings were always two guitars. So
Sure.
it just eventually it made sense. You know,
Yeah.
and then it was really natural.
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was easy. The transition was super easy. It's like, oh look, there's another guy on stage with them.
I'm in the middle of the stage. And then we met Johnny in 2012. We were doing like a little regional tour up just up the West Coast, and we were playing with his band Falling Awake.
Yep.
And
I played guitar in that
yeah,
band, and
you can tell the story. Yeah, go
yeah, it was
I
weird.
talked to him.
Yeah. You're good.
Well, it was for us. We're like, oh man, they're so much bigger of a band than us, and we were like all 8. I had just turned 18. I think the oldest member of the band was 20.
Yeah, you're a baby.
We didn't have a lot of money. We were super broke. Like we were the most broke I'd ever been on tour. Where it was like. Like sometimes you'd cancel a date because you couldn't make it that far, and you're like, it's my first time going there anyway, but we couldn't make it that far. Like I think we didn't get all the way. There had been like at least one tour we didn't make it all the way to Seattle because of funds, and then we had to come back down.
Yeah.
But we were all young and just like really trying to get it. We went on a tour with them, and we were so intimidated because they were so incredible musicians. We were very young, and
Stop it, Johnny.
they looked at
Stop.
us.
How cute. Yeah, they're also still very good.
On the real though, like when I first saw them, I was like, "Oh God, we got to play before these guys every night. This
Yeah.
is like stressful.
Yeah.
This is a stressful thing." I'm thinking of the drummer in my band, great percussionist, but I was like, "Shit, man, that guy that's playing drums in that band is wild.
Yeah.
They're harmonizing together, and like."
Right? Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, shit.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, these guys are great. And then we all kind of became friends. We all had like common interests, and we were so young and crazy. I was amazed they even wanted to hit me up after. We were a mess of a band. The band that I was in, well, let's say a mess wasn't even a good word for
They were
it.
fun. They were
we,
fun.
We were fun, but we were just crazy, and we had some wild people in our band, and it's kind of cool how it all ended up working out. Like
Yeah,
being
we just
able to-
stayed in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did that band last then?
So what happened is I tried to start an indie label with my brother, and we were starting this thing, and we were going to sign a couple bands, and that band was getting ready to get a different booking agent and start getting better gigs, and we are going to get some other bands and start this thing, and he was going to help me do it. And then he ended up getting a DUI, so the label fell apart, and then it's life, you know, and I don't resent him for it. It's just life. Things happen.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. Yeah, things happen.
To
Cheers.
DUI.
I'm happy he's alive, and that's all that
Maybe never
matters to
There it
me.
is. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean,
that whole
sorry,
band
go-
fell apart, and then
Go ahead.
I did several different bands, and then eventually Matt hit me up. Matt, I don't know if he texted me or messaged me. He might have had my number somehow, but he hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, we need a bass player." Essentially, like
Yeah.
we started chatting for a second. He's like, "We need a bass player," and I've never played bass in a band. I've always been a guitar player in everything
Right.
I've ever done, and like writing music.
We felt weird asking you because you're like you're very competent guitarist.
Yeah.
I felt so scared because I was like, oh man, I gotta play bass. I don't do
What
that.
year is this at this point?
2 years ago?
2 years?
About a
Yeah.
couple
Okay.
years ago.
Okay.
Okay,
Like,
We had,
very
we had,
recently.
we had a couple of friends filling in bass for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
We're just trying to find someone, and we just
Yeah.
didn't want to just choose
We
anybody.
had lost
Sure.
our
We
bassist,
wanted someone.
Brandon.
Yeah, we wanted a friend in the band because we're all pretty close. We have history.
Sure.
and,
Yeah, chemistry is very
Yeah.
important.
I was
yeah.
super
Yeah.
stoked because I respected them all as musicians right
Yeah.
away, and I also liked their music.
Sure.
Because it's fun to play. Like when someone asks you to be in their band and you like their music, you're like, oh,
Hell yeah,
of course.
Yeah, yeah.
That
kind of
dude,
important.
I'll play
Yeah.
Give me a harmonica. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'll be right there. I'm down. You know what? Tambourine. Sure,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down.
They're
But
like, it's skin flute, my specialty.
I'm in.
I practice all the
Even
time.
better. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so the feeling was kind of mutual because I remember that you kind of stood out in that band. I don't know if I told you this, but I was like,
was it the
like this kid-
highlights? I had really long hair and highlights. It all straightened all the time.
It was
Not
partially
because of
that.
the hair, right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
the hair, right?
No, but like you were like weirdly the best musician in that band, or like no shade towards everyone else, but like we noticed it from the beginning, and then like you did your own solo thing for a while, and you still writing songs, and
Yeah.
you have that lane that you did, but we're like, yeah, like I've been in a band so long that we wanted just competent musicians who we were vibing with, and because like you want to get along, obviously.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it
Getting
kind
along
of
is
just made
important.
sense. Like,
We'll learn the instrument later. Let's
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
play bass?
Yeah.
You play guitar. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You'll
It's like-
figure it
I
out.
think it's like mutual respect, like first, right?
Yeah.
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 Friendship, you hope.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a second, right? Just
Yeah.
mutual respect. Like, can we do this? Do we get along? Okay, I like the way you play. You like the way I
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
Friends? Holy shit, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years before I ended up being in the Dares, we played a gig in Santa Ana at
Yeah.
4th Street Market, and that's when
Oh.
I saw you guys again. I hit you up to
4th
play that
Street
gig, and I
Market.
thought you
Yeah.
guys would say no, and you guys said yes, and I was like, oh, no way.
That's right. I mean, it was
That-
like
that's
an
right.
unplugged acoustic.
did
thing.
acoustic.
Like a
Yeah.
OCML thing, or
Yes, it
Actually,
was.
yes.
Shout out
And,
John
Sounds-
Safari!
sounds like
Yeah.
an OCML
Yeah.
thing.
Listen to
Fourth,
his
4th Street
episode.
Market sounds like that sort of thing. Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that means I would have probably met you guys back then.
Yeah, you guys may have met. Like, I
we
feel like
probably did.
It's
I was in a
quite
band
possible.
called Cold Tones.
Holy fuck, that sounds familiar.
And we used to play some gigs with frequency within at 4th Street.
4th Street. We
sometime,
definitely did a
'cause
4th Street
I
gig
knew
or two.
Jenna.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Erica. Shout
They
out
were just
Jenna.
on the show.
Yeah, they were just.
Yeah.
They were literally just on the show.
frequency.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The best.
Um,
They're sweet
yeah.
people. Very great humans.
I know it only gets.
Yeah.
Do
Definitely.
you know Raised on TV yet?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
There
set
you go.
that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
play Boomfest at Boomtown Brewery, downtown LA.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
you
okay.
you play there all the
We
time,
just-
right?
We just did.
Did.
We just
Okay.
did. Yeah.
I don't know the next time we'll do it because we're like we got our fill of it, but it's
Yeah.
so fun.
Okay.
The band that runs it, fucking great
Great
guys.
dudes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And synergy of sound, like you should.
Oh, okay.
they're
Yeah,
just
the vibe
a-
would work.
They're just a
Yeah.
two-piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
Yeah, I'll hit them up.
So do a Weekend Warrior run around with them because they have that light SoCal.
It's two brothers also. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah.
siblings.
A lot
Yeah,
of synergy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe you'd learn their songs on bass immediately. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. Yeah.
Then you're double duty,
Yeah.
245s or something. I don't know how that works. Yeah, where are you guys playing lately?
Our
A lot. Dollhead's kind of our like.
Yeah, we've been playing
We've been playing
Arrowhead.
there a lot. They always hit us
Yeah.
up. We love
Sure.
playing there. It's cool guys, cool venue. People always running in and out of that place.
It's got a
So,
vibe.
Yeah, it's a
It
cool
does have
vibe.
a
Just
vibe.
in case Nick is listening, go ahead and hit the button.
Nick's Rage Corner.
Nick fucking hates it all.
A lot of people
I
dislike
like
I
it.
like
He
you guys in place.
hates
Yeah,
it
a lot
all.
of people have
It's
different-
just him. We're all right with it. He
Yeah.
fucking hates
can't
it.
A lot of people have
Yeah.
different opinions on it.
Yeah.
You know, I have homies I would never step.
What does he
like,
hate about it?
Everything.
Yeah, just all.
You name it.
Yeah, all
name,
of it.
name
The
one thing
name,
you
the
like about it.
location, the
bathrooms.
parking.
Oh, all
That's
of
it. You just named everything. You hate.
Yeah.
The
Sound.
name.
Yeah. World famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've long held it's like the most punk rock room.
Yeah.
Super funk.
Fucking-
Yeah,
It's a venue.
It's a
It's
time
a
capsule,
It
right?
has a
It's
stage.
definitely a time
You
club.
know,
Yeah.
and they serve beer.
It's a fucking club.
We've got
yeah.
low standards.
Yeah.
They serve beer. Okay.
Yeah.
this place
Come
is
on, come on.
legit.
I tell my friends, come on, guys, they have beer.
Yeah.
That's not drywall. Those are just stickers.
Yeah, it's been like
It's
that.
just
Yeah, it's not a wall
like that
anymore.
for 30 years, man. 50 years.
At some point, they just started building a sticker wall.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
here we are. It's the
It
dog.
actually grooves.
Yeah. The wall's closed in by like 3 inches.
It'll
Yeah.
vibrate like a snare drum when you play that.
Is that the next date too?
No.
No, we're playing in downtown LA at the Redwood.
The Redwood.
Redwood.
Yeah, that's
Like that
nice.
place.
We haven't.
Yeah.
Have we done that? Hashi's done it. A couple
Hashi's
times.
done. I don't think we have.
You guys also Hashi almost did it. Like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And you guys like one of you got COVID or something.
Oh, for this podcast?
No, like Redwood Bar.
Oh, with you guys.
Yeah, with
That's,
us.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just remembering. It was like
Yes.
2 years ago.
It was-
1 year ago. I don't know.
I think it was my girlfriend that got COVID,
Okay.
and then like
Someone got
I
it.
was very
Yeah.
exposed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We were all
She
still
just is
scared
so
of it
close
enough.
to me, yeah.
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 Well, it's running
Sorry
around
about
again.
that.
It's
No,
why
no,
Nick's
whatever.
not here.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, I was around someone.
That's-
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's
Yeah.
sweet, though.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Like
Yeah.
I have kids. I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like those kind of risks, just like I
Don't
can't,
worry about
like,
it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I,
Well,
but I appreciate it though. You know, I
Yeah.
get
No, it's all good.
No,
Yeah.
he-
Take a week off of work right now.
yeah, right. No one needs to be quarantined right now.
No. I just had it a couple weeks ago. A month ago.
It sounds like a nightmare. Just
But
especially.
I didn't have any symptoms. I was testing positive for so long, and
Whoa.
so I had to take a week off from work.
Huh.
And I blew
Weird.
through all my sick leave, but
Dang.
Yeah. But now they don't pay you.
And you
for
weren't
it.
even sick. Yeah.
yeah, no.
Oh man.
I didn't want to get anyone sick. So. Did you guys have that last time? I didn't like that so
No,
much.
this is a new
This
edition.
is such an improvement.
Yeah, that's right. It's more fun now. Yeah. No, we added that since you guys were on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to give you those episode numbers too. So
Oh, yes.
Hashi, last time that was on, that was episode 103.
Oh wow.
103.
So 120
Yeah, we're
episodes
at
ago.
223 now.
Just
And then
cracking
Brothers
triple digits.
Brothers Dare is episode 47.
Dang. Okay.
So-
Formative episode.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
totally different location
Yeah.
for one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stingers.
Yeah, and the stingers have been added.
What
so,
can you hit
I
that
don't
we're
know.
definitely not going to play tonight?
Tales from the U.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nick's not even here, so yeah.
It's just horror stories about working at U-Haul.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wait, who works at U-Haul?
Both him and
I
Nick.
did a 5-year stint.
Oh shit.
Nick
and
worked
then
there, too.
Nick- yeah, maybe a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Moonlighters. So like,
I'm
at,
sad.
at one point I was doing like 5 hours a week.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
at one point I was doing like 7 hours a month.
Yeah.
Oh,
But at one point I was doing like 38 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dude, you got to do at least one for me because I'm sad. I want to hear this. I work in a warehouse, so I want to hear your horror stories.
Oh.
This is real good.
okay, well I mean, like,
All right, so for real this time.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I want to say though is like, when you open the back of a 26-foot truck, it is not uncommon for someone to be sleeping there.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's all.
Yeah.
This is U-Haul of Huntington Beach at the beach on Beach Boulevard.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
So it is
Okay.
not uncommon. You're like, hey, buddy, you gotta go, man.
No way.
Nap
You gotta
time's
go.
over, bro.
Yeah. And then the people who are renting this truck are right there, and you go, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about that. This is
They're
the only
very comfortable.
26-foot truck we have.
Yeah. Do you still want it? Yeah.
We have to clean this out real quick.
Yeah.
but
Go
you're
have some
doing this
coffee.
all with a
Guys,
straight
oh, I
face.
just paid a month's rent. What are you talking about?
So,
Do
an
most of them still
eviction
take the truck after?
oh, God, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, you want to talk about people moving logistic? Like,
Yeah,
don't fuck with
that's
people's food,
Yeah.
and don't fuck with moving. People
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
hate moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't stand
Yeah,
it.
it's a high stress.
It's a
Yeah.
and like it's the only job where, at least with food, like they're expecting something good,
yeah.
and it's up to you to fuck it up.
Yeah.
With moving, they already can't stand
Yeah.
any disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything less than the plans is fucking game over.
Okay.
So-
So sleeping dude is
It's not great.
yeah.
Doesn't get you off.
It's a bump in the road.
Yeah, it doesn't get you off on the right foot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll conclude it with that.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice story.
I love it.
Yeah.
I needed that.
I think what Norm was on recently.
Yeah, he still works there.
Norm was on recently.
Yeah.
He's running that location now. A friend of ours listened to that episode
Yeah.
because he had to check on someone who died for a
Oh my
second.
god. First.
For a second?
Yeah.
Like
That's
heart
the
stops?
power of the
Yeah, they were
you.
like dead for a second. Just on the sidewalk over on. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tales from the U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one of the worst jobs you ever had? The life of a musician, you know, I've done it.
Yeah, odd jobs.
While working at U-Haul, I also worked at, I was like doing paralegal at an estate planning firm, and then I was also slinging yogurt at Costco.
Oh, okay.
Like I was the free sample guy, so I was doing 7 days a week at those three
Damn,
different
yeah.
jobs.
yeah.
You know, so
I was
Yeah.
doing I was a heavy machine operator at an asphalt plant, and I was working like
Oh,
6,
that's
7 days a
right.
week. And
John Smith.
John Smith, he owned the company.
Allegedly.
Family company, super successful, but you know you could be fired any day, just like that.
Yeah.
And then you can't leave until everything's done, so you don't have a life. So
There wasn't a lot of predictability.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was pretty. It was hard. It was just
sucks.
you know, but anything for music. anything to pay for my Marshall, my Gibson, and all the maintenance with it,
Yeah.
and keep my car running so I can get to shows.
that's it.
Anything to
true.
keep it going, you know.
The
You know,
hustle's
sometimes
real.
yeah, you don't sleep. You go to work, you go to the show, do it all again the next day. You know, that's at least for me. It was just the hard labor.
I remember.
So then, like the mornings after a show, after you got, you know, probably home at like 2-ish, and
Yeah.
you're like finally wound down,
Yeah.
going to bed around 3.
But yeah, I'll have to be at work at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, operating heavy machinery.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
coffee, Red Bull, and chicken soup.
Breakfast of champions.
All in one cup.
Yeah.
John
Big
Smith runs
thermos.
a tight ship.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Brutal.
My worst job was I worked at Budweiser in a warehouse for a graveyard shift in Pomona,
Okay.
and it like they paid well. I mean, for the time, like looking back, I'm like I probably should have got paid more, but but I don't know, man. It scared me into college.
It scared you into college.
Yeah, I
that's
signed
fair.
up for an online class while I was working there. I was like, I don't want to do this forever. Like,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, so how do you work your way up? Oh, you do this for 10 years. I'm like, wait, 10 years of like just working
This?
all night?
Yeah.
I'm like, no way, because I remember waking up and I couldn't close my fists, and like that's scary as a musician.
Of
right?
course.
Yeah. And just like it was just sore and inflammation, and just like it was the physicality of that job. I was like, okay, like this is late, like hard
Yeah.
labor, like and like I respect
at night, too,
all
yeah.
those people like
Yeah.
who do it, and like
Yeah.
But I was like, I want to do something else.
Yeah.
And so like
Well, everyone can see you're built like a linebacker.
Broad
just get in
shouldered.
between.
Bunch of ibuprofen and I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my worst job.
I mean, do you think you were getting like carpal tunnel? You know.
I think eventually I would have. Yeah. No, it was pretty straining for me.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah.
No
Scary
fun.
for musicians.
It was scary, yeah, and like
Yeah.
I thought I had other things I could do, and I was like, I don't need
Yeah.
to do that.
It scared you into I like it scared you
No,
into
it,
college.
it
Yeah.
literally scared me into college. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I need.
I'm gonna use my brain.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in some ways, a bad job is better to scare you into college than like parents that
Pressure you.
Yeah,
don't,
no,
Yeah.
for
you
sure.
don't want to go.
No, absolutely. And then I appreciated school for the first time and in a new
That
way.
helps. Yeah.
Like, and so like I think it was important for me to get a taste of that.
Sure.
Because I'm not shitting on that job. There's good
Shit
benefits.
on that.
Like
Yeah.
people make good money and like they'll retire and like Budweiser will take care of you. But like I was like no, this just isn't for me. And
Yeah.
it showed me that I should try something else. And so it was a catalyst.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What you got, Johnny?
It's like I'm in it.
yeah.
So I've always done like construction stuff, and then at one point, so we're saying like the most miserable job.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay, most miserable. I'd say I worked at Sam Ash for 3.5 years. I was
You're a manager,
I was a
right?
manager of a Beach Boulevard location.
All right.
I loved
We've
all
all
the,
been there.
Yeah, I know that story. Yeah.
I love all the people that I worked with, but the humans that came in to buy things. There was
Yeah.
handfuls of really great people, but what I ended up having to doing and what I was getting paid for the job was like not adequate situation.
Yeah, it didn't match.
I was a manager, so I had to manage departments and people. I had to train people constantly. I also had to I was an online salesperson at the same time, and I would have a headpiece on and be doing two things on once on two different computers while talking with people,
Lot of
then
responsibility.
communicating with people, and then doing all of our stocking.
Oh man.
And then I'd make like less than $17 an hour. Oh. And when I asked for a raise,
a
they're like,
manager?
"No way!" And as a manager, and you know what? It's they might have the family mentality, but I couldn't I couldn't
Too much
keep-
of a family
I
mentality.
did that for we came back during COVID and the way human beings acted during it, not the people I worked with or like
The
I was okay
customers.
with making that amount of money. I needed that money, and I also recognized that it's like I'm not in danger at work. The only endangerment I had is being off of Beach Boulevard, and the tweaker would come in screaming at me, saying he's going to kill me, but he has nothing in his hands and no
Yeah.
clothes on.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, please leave the building. We are not even open yet. How did you get in the front door? I thought it was locked. You know, so it's like,
It
it was.
just came from a new hall.
We were in front of a
just in a truck.
probation office, so
Drop me
like
off
everybody
here.
that
Kind of
went
a
to
shitty day,
probation
yeah.
went to our building before they went to probation. They would stash stuff in our bathrooms, and we had to clean and throw everything
Oh,
away.
boy.
And we would get stolen from a lot.
Yeah.
I had a lady bring in a $3,000 like Fender stolen and try and sell it to me, and then
Yeah.
she gave me the ID of a 18-year-old girl from Utah.
Oh,
She looked like she was about 50, and I'm being modest, or like
Yeah.
at least.
But
and-
she's claiming 18.
and definitely like a lot of meth.
Wow.
And it's like,
Yeah.
you're on a good one, you know? And yeah, I was like, I questioned it for a second, and then she stood there for a second, and then like, then she started walking around, and like we were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just called the cops right away.
Sure.
Gave me someone else's ID, and then they came in, and then she tried to run, and then she tried to fight the cop. It was pretty interesting.
Awesome. Go, girl.
She
Yeah.
got one swing on him, but he was
Yeah.
like 25 years old and was
Yeah.
taking none of that, and I
Yeah.
felt really bad for her, like.
Yeah, I don't
'cause,
think that would
yeah,
end well.
but she hit him right in the face.
Oh, shit.
It was good.
Yeah, she got her lick in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw him all the time because people would come in and try to
Yeah.
sell stolen
And
stuff.
he's the one on the
he's your
beat.
local guy.
He was
Yeah.
my local guy. And he had like the handlebar mustache. He's a blonde fellow, and he would wear his glasses. And it was like way too atypical, and it was
Yeah.
great. But he was like,
Yeah.
he didn't have anything of that. No,
Oh man.
He's
that
gotta
job
be-
sucked.
he's
What?
gotta be-
That job
Well, I
sucked.
want to know what happened to the guitar.
Yeah.
It got given back to the person that owned it because
Oh.
serial
Okay.
number.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
dude.
traced it back.
All right.
Yeah.
Got returned.
There had been many, like that was one of my main jobs, was like I would end up taking in a lot of stolen instruments, then contact the place or
Okay.
the owner of it and
yeah,
get it back
police
to
hold.
them.
I mean, police hold's a real thing.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
like there was a guitar that got stolen from Mom and Dad's Music in Nashville, Tennessee, and the guy tried to sell it to me for
In California?
$17,000, but it was a $50,000 Gibson Firebird from 1960, and it was very specific instrument.
Yeah.
And I looked up the serial number online, took pictures of it when the guy walked out.
Yeah.
And then I tried to call him back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take like 1,700." Right?
Yeah.
And then I called them, and I was like, "I just saw this guitar with this serial number." And
Yeah.
then eventually he went to Miami, and they got the guitar. And this person had been taking like credit cards, and like
Wow.
what they would do is they'd
Scammer
buy
line.
instruments from different places
Professional.
in Nashville, have it sent to San Francisco. Someone would take it from there. They would bring it down to
It's a whole
SoCal.
racket.
They caught
know, what
they
the-
caught 20 people doing this in a thing.
Wow.
But they were doing it with multiple.
Reverb.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Reverb.com, where you get the best deals
Little
of
Hot Pretty
deals.
origin story.
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
I don't
That is
know.
wild.
That's
Those
crazy.
things were fun. The thing that sucked though, dude, I'm gonna be the most real,
Yeah.
is like that old dude that never played an instrument and comes in and like wants to talk to you about
Yeah.
like their
Every
life.
guitar. Yeah.
Not
and
even
their
the
life.
guitar.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's
their
like
life.
I have massive empathy, but I have like 25 people in front of me, man.
Right. And you're not even buying anything. Yeah.
No, I
Probably
don't
just
even
wanted
care
to
what
talk
they
to
buy.
someone,
yeah.
You know, like if it was any other time, like you gotta read the room. Bud.
Yes.
Like reading the room was the hard thing.
Yeah.
And angry moms during Christmas. They get mad when you can't
What
give
was-
someone something they want. They get fucking
Of
mad.
course. What was the number one riff you heard at all?
You know what?
I
Yeah.
was wondering that too.
Yeah.
It's not Stairway.
It's not Stairway.
because people
Yeah.
can't play it.
Yeah.
Is it Santana, Black
Is
Magic
it like
Woman?
Back in Black or something?
Smoke on the water.
Yeah.
No, it's not Smoke in the Water either. When I was there, it was Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
You know
Classic
what?
music store.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because it becomes a hum.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like
Yeah, you can tune it
10
out.
kids playing drums in one corner because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had like 20 drum kits, and then
Yeah.
it's just a hum.
Yeah.
And you tune it out because
Yeah.
you're trying to help people, but
NAMM Hall C.
Yeah.
every once in a while
Yeah,
there's
speaking
that
of NAMM,
one guy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the one guy would end up doing? He would just be playing like Metallica, probably.
Yeah,
It- it-
Sandman or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Master.
faster.
Did you guys go to NAMM this year?
I did for one day.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
How was it?
Same as every other year.
I love NAMM, man.
It's fun.
It's a musician's geek paradise,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It really
it's fun
is,
just to
especially if
walk
you're into
around.
equipment and the recording and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a good time,
Yeah.
but nothing new.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
An large music store.
Yeah. I always
Yeah.
tell when anyone asks about it, say, picture the world's biggest guitar center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
I actually just went, but it was a weird experience. So we've played NAMM a few times.
Nice.
I went as a health inspector.
Oh, fun!
Last week. It was interesting. Yeah.
Tell. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they were clean kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They got an A.
But it was just funny because I'm like, oh yeah, I've been in here like as a musician.
Sure.
Like it was interesting wearing a different hat.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
I'm with Anna.
All the concessions and shit.
I'm with
Yeah.
Orange County now. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was
you-
an interesting experience.
Did you run into anybody and like?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But
Because you were working the whole time.
But
yeah.
it was like I was like trying to stay focused because
Sure.
I'm like it's very
It's
stimulating
fun.
place.
Yeah, it's very stimulating.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a new Jag. I can't. Oh. Hot dogs.
Clean. No roaches.
One year I met Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Yeah, dude.
He's
that's-
there
couldn't
every
even-
He's
year.
there all the
he's,
time.
he's always there.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
that's-
even talk.
on
He
the
never
NAMM
left.
bingo
He
card.
He heard me
He's
talk,
on the NAMM
and then
bingo
he
card.
looked down at me because like I'm so short. He's so tall.
He is tall.
He's
yeah.
a big human.
Yeah.
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 He had his crew. Like when I saw him.
He always
like,
has his
Yeah, I
entourage,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, that's some
What
big
was the
dudes.
exchange? How did it go?
I saw him, and then we were kind of walking in towards each other, and he had security guards, and
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of looked at the security guard, like, can I say hi? And he's like,
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah.
looked at him like,
See,
oh
you
my
got to
god.
wave in.
Yeah.
He saw me be like, oh my god,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is one of the greatest musicians
Yeah.
of all time. I
Yeah.
can't even like, what? He's in
Yep.
front of me,
Yeah.
and I was like, hi Stevie, my name's John, and he reached out, I shook his hand,
Aw, nice.
and he's like, nice. He looked. I saw
He
him
knew.
looked
Yeah,
at-
you could tell
he
where
knew
you were.
how
Yeah,
short I
yeah.
was.
It feels like a
He
finger.
looked at me, he's
Is
like,
that a mouse?
it's nice to meet you. And I just said to him, what I said to
Aw.
him was like, I appreciate you making music. It is the most powerful thing ever. You're amazing.
cool.
And that's
Yeah.
all I
Yeah.
said to
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
he's like, I appreciate it, man. You have a good day. And he just walked by. And
Yeah,
dude, I was just like, I'm still to this day, I'm like,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I met that guy. He
Yeah.
like, that's a musical genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is also on the NAMM bingo card.
So he's there every year?
I've seen him 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Just like
Yeah.
So
It's
he's a
like-
regular.
I've said hi to him. I've never shook his hand. You got me beat there, but
Yeah.
I've definitely said hi.
Didn't get the wave in.
Yeah, I didn't get the wave in. Yeah, but like it's
My
just
friend was laughing
because you can
so
always
hard
tell
at
because
me.
he, like you said, he's always surrounded by people. You know?
Yeah,
so, like,
he always
a
he had like
lot.
a big old group around
Did
him.
you see anyone this last
This
time?
year, this past time, not really. Ran into
Yeah.
people I knew. Just said I
Yeah.
had some friends, but
Yeah.
yeah, any famous people? Oh, Rick Beato. Saw Rick Beato.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Saw Rick Beato there.
With his signature Gibson.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
Nah,
has
he
a
was just wandering.
signature Gibson.
Does I think
does
he does?
now.
Yeah, I think he
What?
does.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a Les Paul double cutaway thing. I think.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
okay.
And
Oh,
that
that
blue
is cool.
thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And then I saw,
Damn.
the only
That's
two people
cool.
I saw were like him and Grayson something, some young TikTok drummer who's like really fucking good.
The guy, he was playing for the punk band.
No, he's like a jazz guy.
Yeah, but he was
Does
playing,
he play with the punk
He was
band?
playing with a punk band on tour with them. I'm trying
Oh,
to
cool.
remember
I
the
believe it.
name.
He's super young. He's like, mid-20s or something. but
Crazy drummer.
Really good. Really
so
fucking
incredible.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him wandering around.
That's
That's
funny.
about it.
TikTok drummers.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
like,
he's- it's a genre now.
It's a
yeah.
thing now.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like
Rick Beato's a YouTube guy.
a YouTuber
Yeah.
with a Gibson, like
Yeah, yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
but yeah, saw
that's the
both of
world we
them. Those are
live
the two
Yeah, that's what it is.
celebrities.
Yeah.
Nothing,
oh, that's cool.
nothing crazy.
I would
Yeah.
love for my Stevie to be that. Mine was. What's up, Stevie?
You just,
And it was. What's up, my brother? I was like,
I got the hey bro, I got the swivel, bro.
That's kind of what you want.
Yeah.
that's all I needed.
That's the
Yeah,
gesture
yeah.
you
I was
want.
like, I'm his brother.
Yeah. He said brother. Yeah.
I love you, Stevie.
Yeah.
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 And then
That's
I
great.
cried in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah.
You have
My
to
buddy
find
was like, "You good?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah. I need a minute. I need
No.
a minute.
I've been
Like, I
touched
didn't
by
expect
magic.
that. That's like
Yeah.
you're like, "Holy shit."
Yeah, over the years I've met some cool ass people. I met the bass player of Slipknot before he died.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's-
Got his signature and shit, and
shit.
the guitarist. And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's-
It's a good place to go to signings and stuff.
Yeah.
Saw like John Petrucci doing a talk or something.
Okay.
But yeah.
The one thing I'm glad I missed about it.
Uh huh.
I love NAMM too. I
Yeah,
fucking
it's
love
fun.
NAMM.
It's
fun.
I love the sea of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love even just
like-minded musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all there for the same
Nerd
reason.
in
You know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah,
that's it.
Like this is kind of
Cool
my people.
gear. Yeah. Yeah.
I always love running up.
I can't afford that. but
I love running to the new line of guitars. And I'm like, not China, not China, not China, not China.
Man.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. How's the diecast? Oh, real machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. But well, I'm glad I missed my fucking cousin.
Your cousin?
My cousin, he's a drummer.
Okay. I don't know this. So he was, and he's always there.
He's a drummer, but he's like he's not a pro at all.
Okay.
He, for a couple years,
He's
he
a
was-
better cousin. Or?
so it's my mom's sister's kid, so it's a second cousin
Oh,
okay.
of mine. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
in
Generational distance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that way. And he would always hit me up like, "Hey man, I'm in town." He lives in Michigan.
Yeah.
Still, I think with his parents. And
Cool.
he's a generation older than me, so he's in his 60s now.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, full generation. That's how one
Okay.
mom would be. So,
Yeah,
he kept pushing drummer trading cards,
Oh, that's new.
and so like,
That.
I don't know how
so
to
like
feel about
every
that.
year he would find someone else
Yeah.
to get him a badge,
Uh-huh.
and
And just hawk that
and get other drummers to sign up and be
in
like,
the
they'll
card,
have- and
be a
then
card.
be a card.
like baseball cards, but for drummers.
I don't hate the idea, honestly. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still do.
Once you see the execution.
Yeah.
you get
Oh
it
yeah.
too.
Yeah. If it's not done well.
Yeah, the
you know.
concept is fun.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a holographic Trey Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm trying to get up on that first
I got a
generation.
Travis Barker
edi-
rookie
first
card,
edition.
bro. Yeah.
This is a real creative table.
Yeah. We would do it.
I'm glad I missed my cousin this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's the one who would start the drum circle. If you
Oh, he's like that guy.
Oh,
that guy.
that's the funny thing too.
that
Is I went with my dad. My dad always comes too usually, and
Cruz.
yeah, and we were talking about it as we're walking in. He's like, "Isn't it weird how there's like a specific of genre of music you hear at NAMM that is like literally the same genre of like jam rock, jazz fusion rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like literally every band that you hear at NAMM is playing the same thing.
that's
Yeah,
Poison.
yeah.
That's
Together
a
in
great
one.
observation.
Yeah, so we
actually.
called it NAMM rock. Like it's just like you would go in here and hear
Old
NAMM
white
rock.
dudes.
Old white dudes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So it's a drummer playing a really complex back and
Like probably odd meter. Yeah.
yeah, and then the
No,
guitar
that's-
player's
I totally heard that one.
Yeah.
It's almost it's not animals as leaders because they can't do that.
Yeah. They're
But
not
it's-
as good as that.
Yeah, but it's like
it's trying to be.
yeah.
But like a
yeah.
little jazzier and like
NAMM rock.
NAMM rock.
NAMM rock. I
Yeah.
love that, man.
That's gotta be a
super
playlist.
true.
We gotta make that playlist.
It's a genre.
Yep,
Yeah.
NAMM rock.
Yeah, next year when you go, you gotta rock NAMM rock shirts.
I should get some NAMM rock. Yeah,
Like on the real.
My dad plays NAMM rock. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah,
Oh,
my
shit,
dad.
man.
We release a project that's just that hum that you hear.
Yeah. It's just the sound of a convention hall.
It's
Yeah.
called Johnny's Torture.
Just brown noise,
Yeah.
like just
Second
the
floor.
frequency, just like going, and like
so-
maybe a dryer.
It's a perpetual brown note.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, please.
You've heard of brown noise, correct?
Yeah. Like different than white noise. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
lower or whatever.
Lowered pitch.
There's white
frequency?
noise, pink noise,
Pink,
brown
pink,
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great for sleeping.
Ah. Okay.
Trip on that. Yeah.
Shakes you the bowels.
Yeah, that's where I heard it. I thought,
That's the brown
makes you,
note.
you
That's the
know,
brown
Oh,
note.
do the
yeah.
deed.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
From tinnitus and stuff, for me, it like cancels out other frequencies, so I can't hear other people.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah.
Like if my roommate's listening to something on the TV or my other roommate, I can't hear him at all.
Sick.
It's like becomes
good.
silent,
That's
yeah.
great. That's
Oh,
inverted.
yeah,
root
I
noise.
envy you. Yeah.
You bump it, and it's like totally break your speakers, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dubstep has nothing on brown noise. Dubstep has nothing on it.
I used to put my daughters to sleep with white noise.
Nice.
Yeah, that actually worked. I heard it, and I was like, no
Yeah.
way. And I just did it, and I was like,
yeah, it's kind of like what a
quiet.
fan
They were
does.
just, and
right?
I have
I
have
sleep with a
twin
fan
daughters.
sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah.
So there's two
Yeah.
of them. So there's two babies crying.
Yeah.
So that I was desperate for anything. Like I tried anything,
Yeah.
and white noise it worked.
There you go.
Yeah, and it really
Great.
worked. So that's what.
Twin daughters. How old?
They're gonna be 6 in April.
Oh
Cool.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Congrats,
How
man.
old?
Yeah,
That's
great.
awesome.
They're the loves of my life. The love of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. I love them.
6
Yeah.
is like a wonderful age. too.
Yeah, they're in kindergarten right now, so they're at that age.
Yeah.
They're like in a dual emergent program, so they're learning Spanish right now.
Sweet.
So it's kind of a newer program in the Alley district, but it's It's really effective. It's working.
That
They're
sounds
learning
awesome.
so quick. Because at
That's
that
rad.
age, kids pick up
Sponges.
Yeah, because I'm teaching them drums and piano right now.
Yes.
So and they're,
Yes.
we're learning
These are gonna be
easy
some
Christmas.
well-rounded kids.
Yeah, they're,
Yeah,
like
dude.
we're learning easy Christmas songs and stuff
that's
like that.
amazing.
Just one note at a time. But they're loving it. They're picking it up.
That's
So
amazing.
Adorable.
yeah, I love it.
Well, if
yeah.
you're passionate about it, as soon
Yeah.
as they hit a note, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yeah.
They're definitely interested because like
This one,
I built
yeah.
I built a home studio in my room. So I have a 2-bedroom apartment, so I had to convert my room into a
It's a
party
one-bedroom
studio.
apartment now,
yeah, it's a
yeah.
1-bedroom.
Yeah.
So I'm always in there. They see me in there, so they're curious.
Yeah.
Kids are always
Always.
curious what their parents are doing.
Always.
So they're interested.
That's also something they can do with dad too.
Yeah.
think
I
that's-
was I'm gonna ask just because I'm curious. Which do they like better, piano or drums?
Ooh.
Or does one gravitate
I mean,
towards one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
or, yeah.
one-
Or do they?
that was
yeah,
Matt and
it's
I.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like one piano, one drums. But it's like kids will do it for like 5-10 minutes, and then they're like, all right,
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, yeah.
But as long as they're doing it for like 10 minutes, I'll
Anytime
take
is-
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take any of it.
That's
know?
true.
So,
Yeah.
10 minutes it will become 15 and 20. Well,
10 minutes a day. You got Van Halen on your hands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and then they love. I'm always showing them their music, so and they love it. They love the catchy melodies. So.
Indoctrinated
that's
them
good.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I teach them
right.
young. Yeah,
They went to a couple gigs.
yeah. I've been bringing them to gigs since
Nice.
they're 1, maybe even younger. So yeah,
You brought Janine. She
hold
As
these,
she was
hold
pregnant,
these for
yeah.
30 minutes.
stand right here.
Baby earplugs, baby headphones.
Yeah,
right?
those things. Yeah, those earmuffs.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, protect their ears. I something I wish I would have learned a long time ago.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
I gotta tell everyone, just even small earplugs. If you
Yeah.
go to a show,
Yeah.
just,
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little bit, just to cut the,
Yeah.
That's good.
It's meant to be loud for the
Where I'm
entire
at NAMM,
place
too.
to hear, not
Yes.
just just
Yeah.
NAMM was giving them out actually. When I got my badge, they
so
had
good.
free
Okay.
earplugs there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
I have
Yeah.
ulcerative tinnitus in my right ear, and I will say earplugs.
Yeah.
I wear them even with it now.
Yeah.
At least I try to in any scenario, especially with like our drummer Matt. He's
He's loud.
He hits
Yeah.
so hard.
And
He's
he-
a loud
does.
fucking
He's
drummer.
He has
loud.
one volume. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
loud
It's
and
loud.
hard.
It's
Shout
just
out
Matt.
Matt, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to
Wherever
Matt.
you are, Matt.
Yeah, wherever
he
he
is.
is.
Wherever
Yeah.
he is. Not here.
He doesn't currently exist. He's in the internet. Right?
Yeah.
The Matrix hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this one.
yeah, it's if I could explain it, is like you don't wear earplugs. What you're gonna do is you're gonna end up waking up in the middle of the night and your ear feels like it's pulsing and it sounds like someone's hitting a kick drum and you can't turn it off. It's like a hiccup and
Yeah.
it goes for as long as it wants. The longest I've ever had it like bump, and I call it bumping because it's just
Yeah.
going boom, boom, boom the whole time.
Drum circle on your brain.
It was like 6 hours of my workday and it didn't stop. And there's no cure for that, so it's like, and I accepted it. I was dumb on tour. I had a 100-watt Mesa Boogie, and I turned it up to 10 because I thought I burnt out a tube mid-set, and I was like, I'm going to get through the set.
Yeah.
No,
Just crank it. Yeah.
No, my bandmate stepped on my cable and pulled it out, and it was dark lights and stuff. And
Oh,
then
you
I
just
turned it to 10, and then I plugged in the cable, and my ear was like 2 inches from the speaker.
I didn't know that's what.
Yeah.
So it's like one
Just on my right
incident.
side. It was one incident, and since then, it
Jeez.
felt like I got hit in the head, like someone punched me.
Yeah.
Since
I can
then,
feel it right now.
my
I can feel
hearing
it
has
right now.
been
I can feel it. I'm
completely
all
done.
like,
Yeah.
Can we just turn down everything right now?
Which is good because when we rehearse and a lot of the times when we play, the mat's on my right side. So super
Is it the real
convenient.
kick drum? Or
For
is it
me,
your
I
brain?
can barely hear it anyway, so it
Yeah,
works.
wait, I'm sorry, what?
You were saying?
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Always earplugs. Yeah. If I
Yeah.
don't have anything on, I'll grab fucking cocktail napkins, anything.
Yeah.
that'll work,
Anything.
just-
It all
Yeah.
helps.
And it
Yeah.
will even sound better. Like you think it's
Yeah.
gonna sound good, but like even if you just take a napkin and like
Yeah.
You're
You're
able
just
to-
missing some high end. Like
Yeah.
that's-
yeah,
that's
and
not it.
honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes it's too piercing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not even like
You're not even aware of it. Yeah.
yeah.
It'll clear up the mids. You'll
Yeah,
know the
yeah,
more of the vocals.
It's lush,
We're
man.
mixing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was at Chain. Everybody knows Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
So I was there like
Shout
a
out
few weeks
Chain.
ago. I was
Yeah,
went to
please.
go watch a homies band. Shout out to Zombie Eating Horse.
Okay.
Metal band from Whittier.
Shout
They're
out.
they're actually playing this month with
Oh, we're supposed to. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I forgot about.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
can't crush here if you're gonna can crush.
no crap.
The idea is implosion. The smallest thing you
Yeah.
can get.
Yeah.
That
This
is
is a
not
thing.
That's
good.
not great.
As a
Okay.
veteran, let me show you guys.
Oh, you're gonna want it on the.
Let's see it.
Oh, he actually got it. That was pretty good. The carpet is better.
Strong.
Oh wow, that was.
It's gentlemen's. It's
Oh
always.
shit. Okay, that
always
was the most
gentlemen's
anemic
rules.
kick I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
done.
Here comes
Yeah, mine's
Oliver.
pretty good.
Here
Yeah,
comes-
this is. Oh shit.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're fine.
My bad, guys.
No, you're
We're
fine.
only in a recording studio.
That's
Just put
Oliver.
it
You
here.
sent that?
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
good.
Dude, Nux.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thanks.
and
That's
you put
good.
the tongue back into.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's-
fucking
I
good.
have the
Very
two.
excited.
A
I have
little
the
unfair.
all-time
Yeah.
Hall of Fame cans.
Sorry, did we
There's
wake
a-
are mine.
Heavily impressive.
There's a paper towel right behind your head. Right?
Yes, yeah.
I know. We're doing.
My
We're
bad,
doing
I,
administration.
I
on
sprayed
on
beer.
set. Okay, I think you were saying, yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
what was
Chain.
that? So
Yeah.
Chain. So yeah, the homies band. They're playing this show. So there's this
What
Witter
don't they
band
have?
from back in the day called Antagonist. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They're like a metal band. Been around for a little while.
Sounds
around
familiar.
Yeah. I
They're,
don't know anything about 'em.
Carlos, he's the guitar player, singer. He's an amazing
He
musician.
was a substitute teacher one time in my high school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember he was like going to school at Whittier College
Yeah,
while
yeah.
he's, while he was playing all these gigs and stuff. Like, oh, okay. But he's a great musician. But they're playing their final show at Chain in a couple weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So I think it'd be cool because they're kind of like that Whittier metal band that was kind of doing things when we're still young. So it's kind of
Hometown
The end of an
pride.
era.
end of an era kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I was at Chain when I was there at Chain. I'm going there for years. I don't. It was the first time I was like, "Where are my earplugs? Where are my earplugs?" It is so loud in that place. Like
really
it's
fucking loud.
piercing.
That place is a shoebox that turns it up
Yeah.
to 90.
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy.
I was really tripping because it's the first time I paid attention that how loud it really is.
Oh yeah, when you're a kid, you're not thinking about
Yeah.
that shit.
No.
If
That
anything,
play-
it enhances. The
You're on
experience.
stage and you don't even have a bass monitor, and you feel that in your legs, like in that room. You
Yes.
feel it in your legs.
Yes, you do.
It's kind of if you're in front and you're literally like, I remember, shoot, I was
love that
14
room.
and I went to go see Horse the Band at Chain
Oh,
Reaction.
I love Horse the
Right?
Band. Yeah.
I saw them and I was blown away. It
Yeah.
was so loud, my eyes were shaking. When the guy played the synth, my eyes would go.
And now he wears
"Bleh."
glasses.
No,
ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, that's why I got these. The only other band that's ever done that for me is going to see Queens of the Stone Age. I saw them at
that's loud as
Coachella, and
shit.
that's the only other
Yeah.
band that's been that level of loud. But you have that much equipment. You're in a little tiny room, and it's that loud.
yeah.
That place is a powerful venue. Yeah, that's rock and roll
Chain
right
is
there.
gnarly.
Punchy.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go down when COVID hit because they were.
Yeah.
I think they were announcing it that they were gonna close. They were just weren't gonna make it. I don't know what happened.
Bands. I
Bands,
think there's
bands,
bands
yeah,
that
Brown
stepped
Swell.
up. and-
Okay.
Groundswell.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Allages.com, baby.
well, now they serve beer there.
Live
Yeah,
Nation
exactly.
bought 'em.
Oh, really?
okay.
That's
Okay.
right. They are a Live Nation.
That's
thing.
what happened during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Live Nation bought everybody.
The people
Yeah.
that didn't go out got picked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That makes
With
sense.
exception to Todd.
I
They were already
they're the
serving
only
beer.
indie venue. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite place to play? Like locally?
I don't know. Around here.
When's your next show? Like where are you? What do
we
you
don't
guys...
have a next show right now.
Yeah, I
but
think I
we
feel
have
like
a couple private things
January
coming up.
was just like
Yeah, it was
everyone
kind of
was
empty.
chill. Like we
I don't know. I like the Wayfarer.
yeah that's
That's a cool
good.
place.
Yeah, they always
Yeah.
treat us well.
Yeah,
The sound
was
is
really
pretty
good.
good.
you guys
too.
were solid. when
Yeah,
we
you
met.
guys
I
are
hadn't
great.
seen
You guys
in
were
a
great
long
that
time.
night.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Great energy. You guys were
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. It was nice
Yeah.
seeing you guys.
Chris.
too.
No, when we running on the road together.
Yeah, no, it was,
You guys' vocals are really good.
Oh,
I was
Appreciate
because you guys all sing.
Yeah.
And I love that about bands. I love harmonies and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So when a band nails it, it's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Oh, thanks.
So and you guys do it really well.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's maybe my favorite place. I miss the slide bar, man. I really
Yeah,
I
yeah.
miss the
Man.
slide bar. I like
Great
that
nights
place.
at Sidebar.
Yeah.
the locals only. And do you guys want you want another beer? Joe?
Yeah. We got more. Don't worry.
Yeah, and it was,
Have you-
and
have
it
you
was free,
stomped on
big ass
anything yet?
beers.
Yeah, he did.
Easy to
Oh,
invite
yeah, okay.
people, and it's in downtown Fullerton where where all the a lot of girls are at. So guys are like,
Yeah.
all the homies will come through.
DTF. Yeah.
So
I don't know, Craig. What's your favorite? I don't know. He hates everywhere. yeah. Are you just peeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just pee on the wall, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to drop
Outside,
things?
though. Not
Outside,
this
yeah.
wall.
Outside on the wall. Outside.
Take some paper towel. And you'll be
Allegedly.
fine.
Yeah.
Picasso?
Picasso. Do you guys know about
Guys
Picasso?
don't
No, what is
What is that?
Picasso?
So there's Pablo Picasso.
Yes.
Who is famous for his,
You know,
all of
being
his work.
Picasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Picasso.
Okay.
Who's famous for, well,
Painting with his dick.
painting with his dick. Yeah.
It's a real guy.
Go
that's a
ahead,
thing.
look
That's
it
a
up.
thing.
Oh, yep. Give it a Google.
Awesome portraits.
Shake Google
How
this
can,
out.
how can I not? I gotta see that.
Picasso.
Yeah.
Yes, Picasso.
funny.
Sorry, where were we?
Yeah, I feel like we got
That's
to
funny.
I can't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Favorite place to play?
Yeah. I'll shave Wayfair. Just
I know,
easy,
Slidebar
yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I want to get into Constellation Room like tomorrow.
yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to do
That's a cool
Constellation.
place.
Yeah.
I want to play that room because I think
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah, it
the
sounds
ideal little Orange County room for now.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That's my aim right now.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
In LA,
I missed the satellite.
I miss the satellite too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
It's
about
gone.
Satellite.
Yeah. It's
It's
a fucking
gone.
restaurant now or something.
That was like LA's version of Chain Reaction, really.
Kinda.
It's the same kind of
Yeah.
shoeboxy place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the same.
The Echo's still kind of cool in LA.
Yeah.
Echoplex is fun too.
My favorite place to play in LA is San Diego.
That's the
You know,
only
just
correct
kinda-
answer.
Anywhere in
kinda
San
true.
Diego.
We
Kinda
used to
true.
play LA a lot, especially when I first joined the band. We were playing Hollywood a lot.
Yeah.
We went in the Viper Room and the Cat Club.
Yeah. Now
What's
so
that?
it's like all pay
It's
to
very-
play,
it's
and
It's
so
so
like-
pay to play
Yeah,
there.
it's not like it was.
Nah.
Yeah, anybody you talk to and they talk about the Strip and bands playing, even local bands, they're like, no, it's not. the
Yeah, it's not
same."
what it was.
No, it's very disappointing because those were some of the best shows I ever had when I joined the band playing over there. It's so cool.
peaked in the beginning.
Well, no, it's
No, I'm just kidding.
it's just Hollywood. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no,
There's
those
so
are
many
fun
bands that
shows,
come from
yeah.
all over the world just to go to those venues.
Yeah.
So much history, rock and roll history. And
Viper Room is, of course, as I say, iconic.
yeah, I love that place.
Yeah,
it
it's a fun
was the
room.
only venue where the sound guy, he's all right, you guys, turn your cabs backwards.
Yeah.
The only place in Hollywood that's done that, you know, and that's where I learned it, why they
Yeah.
do that.
Well,
Yeah.
And I was
Jonathan-
like, dude, amazing. I love it. You guys care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we know our rooms. I know you want to blast it, but let's
Let's make you sound good.
Yeah, let's make you guys sound as best as possible, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite place to play?
Oh, let's try.
Oh.
A place you'll never play again. Of course,
Nick-
I'll answer for Nick.
I was gonna say Nick would say the Doll Hut.
That's funny. Did you guys just have like a weird show or like?
He
He's
just
had-
hates it.
Yeah.
He just
Just,
hates it that much.
like,
Yeah.
I think it's just
instinctually,
I think it was
like-
just one night of bad coke in the bathroom.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever happened.
That's.
But he's like, the stabbings. Do you have to talk to him about it? I
No.
won't-
Yeah,
Talk to
he'll
the
go
guy in
off
the front. Talk to the bartender.
Adolescents are the band that sings the song Amoeba, right? Or who?
I don't know that song.
I think so.
I'm trying to remember.
Uh-huh.
I saw it. Or the Addicts.
One of those
I
two.
saw one of those bands there, and I will say that is the most. That was like pure punk rock.
Yeah. Oh, it's the most
Doll
punk.
Hut, it's addicts for
It,
sure.
it was
Yeah.
Addicts.
Yeah.
And that was, because I was doing like acoustic gigs there randomly, the like solo acoustic stuff on weekends and stuff, like
Yeah.
opening, and it was like kind of like what the
Are we
heck?
talking Twisted Soul Mike or who's booking it?
You even opened. We had a residency there, and like.
Yeah, I opened up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many things. There's this one dude, like Colonel Sanders. Why do I say that? It was always on his flyers was Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders is doing shows.
But
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
a lot of KFC there.
I don't know if we have a bad like.
Yeah, I don't really.
I can't really.
remember,
I'm
like,
really
I
trying to
played-
think.
Yeah.
You know,
I played
just
so many mesh shows that like I feel
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
would
it's
just
meh.
be it would be
Yeah.
in that
Meh.
pile.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just try like
Meh.
I have
Yeah.
to go on like I have to go on like MySpace and Facebook to see the history of shows. I just
for
can't.
worst venue ever.
yeah.
Oh, dude, come on.
Oh,
we were on
which-
tour together and we played the worst venue ever.
Which
What
one
was it?
The one at the barbecue place.
Oh, I mean, that's not a venue.
That was-
so
No,
it-
no.
So it's not even a venue.
We
That
played
was-
a restaurant.
We had a really bad booking agent for the
Yeah.
tour that we ended
But
up
that's
being
how we
together.
met. So,
but it made it
Like,
fun.
they
But the
paid
first gig was the day that I lost my last baby tooth. I think I was still 17.
that's how young you are.
I was a baby. I lost my last baby tooth. I pulled it out myself. I was like, I'm getting rid of this. I was in the back of the van. I rip it out. We get to the venue and I showed you.
Yes.
And you're like, this kid is crazy.
I feel like I had just met
Just,
you.
Fired up.
just
Yeah,
met
yeah,
him.
yeah.
I didn't even know who he
Yeah.
was. And I was like, I'll make a good impression.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at my tooth. Yeah.
Yeah, and I literally did that, I think.
It was the first night of the tour, and
We have a picture.
you know,
of us.
every stop we are supposed to get gas money, and then they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna pay. I mean, we're gonna feed you." We're like, "Okay."
We got
But they
ribs.
fed us.
Yeah, we got free
We got
food.
ribs and a pitcher of beer.
But it was like
Did
a-
you stick the ribs in the gas tank?
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
s-
basically.
It was like a small barbecue spot, and we probably had like
Yeah, it was in,
three
like, the
old couples
mountains.
watching us, and they're like,
And it was on a live stream.
Nice.
The drummer
Oh,
had to
God,
play on
if
an
that
electric
exists,
kit.
I
You
don't-
could not use real amps. You had to plug
that was
DI.
great.
God.
We were
That
all
was,
DI.
yeah, that was. I didn't even.
There was
consider
a
that
U-boat.
venue, but-
the one- "Is that the one?" the
They
one
had
in
a
Oregon?
U-boat sitting
No,
out
that's
front of
California.
their business.
What? Yeah.
Just
What
a
city is this
U-boat.
in?
Middle of
We
California.
were going to.
It was past San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
we're
so-
headed
right
middle of
outside
California
of
because
it.
we're going up to Oregon.
Okay.
We were going
after.
towards Morro Bay. I want to
Yes.
say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in
Like
the
that.
middle somewhere.
In the
Yeah,
middle
somewhere in
Yeah.
Central California.
It was, but their food was so.
Yeah, the
damn
food is good.
but we needed gas money.
It was your only payment, so you know.
Yeah, it was bad.
We guess we didn't have to pay for food, so
Yeah.
I have to start
Yeah.
spanging in
I
front
think
of
that was the
Marcus.
last tour and the only tour any of us did with Martin.
Martin.
The booking
Martin,
agent.
the booking
Oh, the
agent.
booking. I was like,
Oh.
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Nothing against him. but
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I actually don't even remember the booking agent.
His name was Martin Cargill. I'll never forget.
Oh.
Whoa, full name.
Allegedly.
Whoa, it's getting spicy.
Oh yeah.
I'll get spicy with that guy.
Martin's
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah.
Get outta here.
That entire tour, both of us did not get paid for 85% of the gigs.
Yeah,
Oh.
It was like
it's been most of my experiences.
That's most tours.
So
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
that, kids, when you want to join a band and
Yeah.
go on tour.
Yeah, yeah.
Think
You're
about
gonna
that.
lose money for a while.
Yeah. Think about
And
it. You know,
continue.
college or trade job or
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Think
you get
about
a
it.
bad booking agent, they'll book you anywhere. I played in downtown Austin, Texas, in a bar where they made me park inside a gated fence with a security guard, and it was only us, and there was not a single person in the bar. They paid us
Was
in
this a South-
alcohol. We were all underage. Did not ask for cards.
Allegedly.
Yeah. We don't know. Yeah, don't name the bar.
I can't remember the name of the place,
Yeah.
but I would go
'Cause of
there
alcohol.
again.
Yeah, because of the alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go there again though. Nice people.
God bless Texas.
They looked at us and they're like, "Man, you
It
guys are
wasn't
having a
during like
bad
South
time."
by or anything though, right? It was just
Yes, it
It
was,
was?
literally during it.
during
The
South
South
by.
by
Okay.
showcase.
Okay. All right.
At one of the at one of the off-strip
Yeah.
showcases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now in retrospect, that might have been the best gig I've ever played.
Have you guys been to South by?
I have.
Yeah.
I've played there before
Oh,
with
cool.
a different like it was. I was supporting like a K-pop act, like
Oh,
playing
that's
drums
cool.
for them. Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
Some
right. You
K-pop
told me
singer.
about
That's
that.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it was like 2017. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And Nick and I were there like 9 years before that.
Really? There you go. Yeah. It's a cool.
You got to
thing.
stop
It's
by
fun.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun.
I
We should
turned
play it again.
18 at South by.
Nice.
Yeah, I was. We went with the label at the time or whatever, but yeah, I remember like I bought a cigar because I'm like I'm 18, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was cool. We played like the iTunes party or whatever way back in the day, but. Yeah.
iTunes.
I was gonna ask, so are you guys releasing just singles now? You said you did an album.
We did do the album that
Yeah.
just came out in October.
Okay.
And
And then
now
you're just
we're just
pushing that. For
yeah.
now?
For now we're just
Yeah.
hawking that and
Yeah.
seeing what it gets us. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we already have like fucking 12 more in the
You guys
in
are
the chamber.
always writing, always recording. Yeah.
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 I mean we have this place.
Yeah,
so-
why not?
Yeah, this is
So
this
we're
is
just-
amazing. This
Yeah,
is,
it's
like,
just here
Got your
for us to
producer
jam.
Ziggy.
Yep. Produced by Ziggy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now it's like on Sunday we're together next on Sunday to
Yeah.
do D&D with friends.
Yeah.
And then I think
Wait.
Tuesday we're podcasting for ourselves. And then maybe Tuesday I have a gig. So then Thursday.
Wait, did you this Sunday? I thought you said April, or did you said April?
February.
Oh, I can't do this Sunday.
Oh,
I
I said
can't.
4.
Yeah.
All right,
you
then
fucked me
tough.
up. All right.
This is what it's like to be in a band.
Yeah, welcome to
Just so you
scheduling with
know,
Film
like-
Suite.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
play D&D?
Yeah, we have some buddies.
Well, not this Sunday. I'll
Yeah,
say
again,
that.
not this Sunday,
We're
but yeah.
scheduling.
If you ever
Yeah.
need an extra, like
Yeah, dude.
I've been searching for a group for like years because my group bailed.
I didn't know you played.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
learning
well,
about this
I
guy.
did-
This is something
I
else,
did-
teach
I've
me.
never
Pathfinder.
known anybody to play that, so I never got into it.
Yeah.
I grew up with Pokemon, so I love
Pathfinder's like-
Pokemon.
There you go.
No. Yeah, on
Pokemon
Game
is
Boys,
amazing. I love
all the versions, all
Pokemon,
that
man.
stuff. But never had D&D friends.
This D&D engagement that we have found ourselves in
Yeah.
is like friends of the band who host and like hire someone.
Yeah.
And they invite us over to their place.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we
they take it really seriously.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
That's
One of
so
them
amazing.
actually, I think, is friends with the guy who invented D&D.
Oh, wow.
like
So it's
Yeah.
it's like
It
it's
goes
a-
deep.
It goes,
it goes
on.
real deep. Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
are plugged
I
in
love
with
it.
the D&D universe.
Game face on, boys.
Right. So for me, I'm like, fart jokes, here I come.
Yeah.
And for them, it's like,
No, we gotta kill these fucking orcs. Yeah.
This is war.
it's very serious for them.
Yeah,
But it's a
yeah.
good time either way.
It's fun.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, when you do have the space, you end up sometimes taking it for granted. Like
Yes, that's true.
like we've had these demos since
last year.
May.
Yeah, about
or
almost a year.
April.
Yeah.
So is that your process? You write, you demo, and then you fully produce? Like, are you
Kinda.
are you
or less.
retracking everything?
I mean, it goes through like 3 or 4 stages of demos.
Okay, so that's part of your
essentially, yeah.
writing process.
Kinda.
Might as well you have a studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what it looks like now. It's a bunch of fucking voice memos of mine, and I'll
Yeah, of
and
course.
Yeah.
I'll send them, and we'll see what works out of that. But then we went to the desert these last few times, and
Where,
just
Joshua Tree? Or?
yeah, or the
You just
Big
rent an
Bear.
Airbnb? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Big
been
Bear.
wanting to do
That's,
that
we've
with
been
this
talking.
bear.
Dude,
We've
you
been
should.
talking about
I
that
just-
for a
It's
while.
fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Because
Just go
then
do
I
it,
get
yeah.
to like sit in the room with
Something
them and
about
be like,
setting, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And then I go, what about this voice memo? And they're like, nah, what about this one? Yeah, let's work on that. And then
Yeah.
all 3 of us had an acoustic, learn it, and see where it goes.
That's
And then at the end of a weekend,
beautiful
we
and
have
a great. I love
we have
that
like
creative
30
like,
demos
process.
that we want to,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're all excited about.
Do you guys
That's awesome.
Did you ride up there, or do you guys take recording equipment, or like just any
Yeah,
something?
we brought like a little Focusrite or whatever. and,
Okay.
like,
It's
yeah.
just to like
Something simple.
document,
Just to remember.
document.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tascam went with us.
Yeah, that probably
So
like
just
one
to
mic.
capture what was happening.
Okay,
But
that's
it's literally
I
us
wanna
and
do
3
that.
acoustics. And
Yeah.
That's cool. I've seen like random on TikTok, just like bands they would like rent Airbnb
Yeah.
and then set up the whole house like a studio, you know, and just and
That's
record.
essentially it, but less so. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just we
Yeah.
can do drums here. So I
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, doing
that
that
makes
whole recording drums is a huge.
And
part.
it's
Yeah.
free, so
Yeah.
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 So I would need a full weekend just for the writing, and then a full weekend just for drums.
Yeah.
I'm very like interested in other people's creative process.
Of
like,
course, yeah, it's fun.
like,
No,
it's
you guys
cool.
should totally go out to the desert.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just fucking
cool.
hang out.
Our process has graduated so much over the years.
Yeah,
too.
That's
true,
of
it's
course.
changed a
We
lot.
did spend a
Yeah.
few years just doing producers and singles.
Yeah, no, we
So-
did too, and then like
So where are you guys at now?
production.
Yeah,
yeah, like
And
completely.
all the past few singles have been
the
that. Or?
last 4, maybe
4? Okay.
5. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I'm not even keeping count, but yeah, like it's been very freeing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, even probably to the couple past EPs. You know, we had a buddy named Josh.
yeah, no,
He,
great,
yeah,
really good producer.
he helped us record and produce, and he had some good studios that he had connections with, and we did drums at a couple of
Yeah.
them.
So we had some
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
So what are you guys planning on doing next? Are you guys
just singles. We
just
have
singles-
like 3
single
on
for the-
deck right
okay.
now. Yeah. So we have one I just sent stems to get mastered literally before I came here.
Hell yeah.
And then we have 2 more, and yeah, I mean, like, and Johnny's really like come into his role as bassist, especially with like recording and stuff, because like Hashi, I play bass, and so like there was this like transition period where like I'll kind of just do some of the bass lines, but then it's like
No, you have
I
a
can let
bassist.
go of that,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
and he's got great ideas, and
Yeah.
so yeah, so
It's scary.
he's like, whoa, my heart,
It's
his heart rate.
It's weird. You have to think of it like if you play guitar your entire life, like I play guitar for 20
Yeah.
years, like you play bass, it's
role.
a completely different instrument. Like some people will be like, "Oh yeah, you can do that." No. It's like
Yeah.
when you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
When you're locked in, you're locked in. When you're out, you're so damn out because you're so damn loud.
yeah.
There's
yeah.
no hiding you. There's nothing you can like meld in with. You
You're
don't
the
have any
only thing in
reverb
that
to wash you
frequency.
out in the
Yeah.
world. There's no delay to wash you
Yeah,
out.
that's
You're
true.
just
You've
You're
got to
like,
be
I'm
solid.
directing to the board right now.
literally 90% of the time they want to take you direct and you're
Yeah.
right in the front of everybody and you don't have any like
You're not hiding behind it.
Yeah.
it's terrifying honestly. Like you play bass in the hostage, I'm like, dude, that's so terrifying. I can like
It's fun. I honestly, I
fun.
like not. I enjoy being a lead singer. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like,
Of
there's
course.
maybe some ego aspect to that, but like,
Of course there is.
No,
like-
there's not.
Is his head blowing up real quick?
but no, but like,
Yeah.
it's fun just playing bass. It's a different, more chill perspective, and yeah, like I don't know.
Get to jump around the stage more.
Yeah, exactly.
when you hit a note, it's like all low and you like,
Yeah.
you like feel it and stuff. You're like, oh, I really
we like
feel
the
that.
simple things, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. You were asking about
Just like creative processes in general.
So like,
yeah.
generally it's a song idea from Matt, who's not here, or one of us, and then we'll bring it to the band, and then we've just been tracking like our own stuff. We've had to rent some mics because we don't have enough. But,
Yeah,
but like we only do
Been
drum
there.
day once every now and then, and like we want to do it right, and then like we do it ourselves, and
yeah.
it's been
You
a
said
learning
your,
process.
Your dad's office? Or?
Yes.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
weirdly a good drum room.
Great.
There's like a brick
Yeah.
wall, high ceilings with like insulation.
Cool.
And, yeah, like
sounds good, it
works.
sounds good.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, coming from Gemini to that place, it's like
Oh, hell yeah.
we were so
Yeah.
that room was, I don't know the measurements, but it was
Small.
tight.
Fucking
I remember-
Gemini. Were you guys recording in there? Did you guys?
No.
No,
Okay.
it's too loud.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
no,
yeah.
actually, I take that back. We recorded 2 singles.
Oh, yeah?
But we did electronic drums
Ah.
and just sampled.
Okay,
so like
okay.
we cheated, but like
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
kind of what
Nah.
I remember about that setup.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I
it was
remember
up
you guys
against
had an
that-
electric kitten there. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot. Yeah, we did Western Bloom
Western
and nothing, not nothing, but little do they
Didn't
know.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are electric drums?
Electric drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, every time,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
How did you like that process versus the analog?
It was cheaper, so it felt better. It was easy to justify, but no, there's something missing, right? Like,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but we have so many song ideas that to be able to get something we can release of that quality, we're like, okay, it was cheaper, it was worth it for now. It's not something we would want to do long term.
Sure.
Yeah, and so it was fine at the time.
Yeah.
and I like those songs, but I think it sounds better. Obviously,
I mean,
with
yeah.
more
I mean,
drums.
electric drums are faster. There's no getting around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just faster. But,
Yeah.
you know, the sound. Yeah, the sound.
yeah, no,
The
it
cymbals,
doesn't
yeah,
work.
it's
unnatural,
there.
right?
Yeah.
This whole time,
You thought they were real?
I never knew they were electronic drums.
You fooled him. You got him. You tricked him again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, triggers
light.
are triggers for trigger.
Yeah.
These days, drum samples are so good.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
they're really fun.
I use Easy Drummer for
Yeah.
my demos,
Easy
and
Drummer's
honestly,
awesome.
they sound so
They
good.
sound really
They
good.
sound so good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'll mix them and
Yeah.
like, and I remember I showed Ben. He's all, dude, these sound pretty
Yeah,
good.
they do.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, Easy
Yeah,
Drummer.
Easy Drummer rules.
gotta-
Yeah.
So then when you get to the final one, you're like, it's just missing something.
Yeah,
You can always toss some samples
The
in.
cymbals.
Just toss the snare
How
under
did you
it.
throw
and
Easy Drummer back in?
yeah.
so who edits your stuff? Like
Mostly
like,
him.
Okay,
Mostly him.
so
Yeah.
you're
Uh-oh.
editing drums,
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
and then you're editing your own voice.
Yeah.
What's that like? I know what it's like for me, but
that's-
like, what's it
that's
like for
what
you?
Ben
Like,
does.
is that? Are you able to separate yourself from that? Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
so
yeah.
hard on himself, dude.
Oh,
Yeah. He's harder on himself than Nick and I.
That's
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
what takes the longest.
Because comping your own voice, it's like,
Yeah.
like, do I want to be precious? Do I want to be removed to be objective? Like,
Yep. Yep. That's
mostly
the pain.
it.
That's the pain
check
of
it
it.
off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. In most cases, it's better to not produce yourself because you're too fucking close to it.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have that objectivity, and you're like,
Well, all the
"But I
special
know it's gonna
moments.
be
I mean,
right."
well, I will say this: when we're tracking, it's usually Nick and I like writing him and being like, "No, do it better."
Okay, so you guys are part
At
of
least
that
when he's
process.
tracking, but editing and comping is mostly him, so
Okay.
he has to sort through all that shit.
Yeah.
But we make sure he gets it. You know, like,
you,
you know.
you want the input to be
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
We make sure it's in there somewhere before. You know?
I think
Yeah, I'm just wondering because like,
Yeah.
like
That's the same thing.
we're
The Ben-
kind of wearing similar hats.
Yeah,
oh,
now.
for sure.
That's
yeah.
what Ben does exactly, and then he'll send it to us. We're like, all right, we gotta adjust this.
Yeah.
We gotta move this.
Yeah.
You know, but and then when he gives us like the foundation of it, it's really good already. So
Yeah.
we're happy about it. Yeah, we're happy
I'm
about
trying
it.
to just get better. Like
Mixing is a son of a fucking bitch.
it
all I
is,
gotta say.
Yeah.
but yes,
It's
it
fun.
is.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Keeping perspective is so hard.
And just and technology nowadays, like I built a home studio and I'm always practicing at
Yeah.
home doing stuff, and it makes it so much more accessible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
which I love. You don't need all this fancy analog
Nah,
equipment.
plugins are so fucking good
They're
now.
so good now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All you need is a really good PC. I'm a PC guy. I built
Yeah.
my brother's a computer guy, so he helped me learn the process of building your own computer.
Get
Yeah.
something
So-
good
You
rocking
quick,
Pro
cheap.
Tools then? or
I do Pro Tools and Studio One.
Studio One?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love Studio One.
Do you guys do Pro Tools?
Pro Tools, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
That's
Pro-
what's going
yeah.
on.
It's what is it? Industry standard. Every studio,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I'm a Logic guy, but
I like
Logic's not rock and roll. That's my opinion. It's
I
my
like
opinion.
Studio
Kinda
One. It's
true.
very user friendly. Like if
Only
you're
use
barely
Pro
learning
Tools.
how to use a program,
never used
it's
Logic.
it's easy to figure out.
Yeah.
It's user friendly.
well, these days it's essentially GarageBand. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
fucking easy.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
intuitive.
Yeah.
Sure.
Every time, like before I was working with them and I was doing a lot of solo stuff, I was working with this like indie label out of Florida for a little bit when I was doing the
Yeah.
acoustic thing, and I backed out of the contract because I wasn't getting funded, and I was like spending a lot of money and not making anything, and they weren't booking anything for me.
Arguably
So
their
I was
job,
like,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, man. Like so. But the people that I worked with in LA, everybody used Logic, and
Yeah.
it looked really pretty, and I was always confused by it. But when I would be where I was living at the time, my buddy had Pro Tools and a computer, and I was always using that to make demos. Like I'd look at it, and I'm like, that's what I know what
How
to
to use.
look at
Yeah.
and how to use.
Yeah.
And I would look at Logic, and it'd be so confusing to me. And I would see someone flow through it like all quick, and I'm like, what did
Yeah.
you just do? And it was like,
Yeah. I
Seven-
just comped all your
7
vocals.
bus.
Yeah.
There's 7 buses that just
It's so
happened.
intimidating. We see people.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
what's next?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Hit
whoa,
two
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
just happened?
Yeah.
I couldn't even.
Or
grip it.
when you see someone on a
Yeah.
big SSL board and they're just rocking it like, all
I
right,
will-
boys, what you?
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
not even looking. They're just
Call it
you know,
flying the spaceship. You know?
Yeah.
In the spaceship.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that.
like, bro,
Yeah.
calm
Have
down.
you guys
bro.
recorded in like a real like legit big studio like
Yeah.
paying way too much money for the SSL?
I mean,
or-
we've had our share of that.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something cool
It's fun.
about that.
It's
Yeah, it's
fun.
fun.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It
You
feels-
feel like a pro.
Yes, yeah. I was just gonna say
Mom
that.
and Dad, look it.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
Look at these lights. Yeah.
When I joined the band, I was so lucky. It was just the timing. They just got off the
Oh, that's
label.
right.
So they kind of made a deal with this producer that they worked with on that record.
On the Jive
On the
that
Jive-
never
on the
got
Jive
released,
album.
Yeah.
Paul Ebersold. So it was when I joined. They're like, "Hey, dude, we're going to Memphis to record
Yeah.
Duped."
Nice.
That,
So that
Duped-
was his first impression
That-
being in the band.
Yeah,
like,
so I had
That's
to
a
like.
good. That's a good way to introduce
Yeah,
it.
It
Yeah.
was super intimidating
I
and
didn't really think
scary
about that
because like
time
I'm
on
sitting
it.
on this chair. This this producer guy. He was really cool. Paul was
Yeah.
awesome.
great guy. Yeah.
But like it was definitely a learning curve. You know what I mean? Like it's like you either do this or you're out.
Yeah.
You know
Have you guys-
that kind of deal. You know, but I learned real quick and it was a
Yeah.
great learning experience. But it was to record a full length album in a really nice
Oh, it feels good.
studio
Yeah.
in a different state for 6-7 weeks.
well, it's like
Hell
going
yeah.
to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Like you're just
Yeah.
you're there to do
You're
this
there to do
thing.
this, and
Yeah.
you're
Like-
immersed in it the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah,
Separate
we wake up
from-
every morning and
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
every day. Record for 6 weeks.
That's
awesome.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
You're
right.
like, okay, now I'm gonna take it seriously.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
important.
in it to win it now.
Yeah.
No, there's a whole different. It brings something different out of you too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It pushes you as a musician.
For sure.
You know, like, okay, this is what I wanted, and this is the test, and so you learn
Yeah.
real quick.
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
God, yeah.
it could have just been him and Matt, but they took me along and
Oh, you wanted to be a band.
yeah. And it
Fuck
was,
my brother.
I
Why do
need
you think
someone
he's not
else.
here?
Yeah.
But it was
Sorry,
such.
bro. There's 3 chairs.
Yeah.
They don't
we're
get to
out of
talk.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. We're out of chairs.
It was such a cool experience. You know, when there was downtime, I got to explore Memphis. Shout out to Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, went to
Yeah.
Graceland and all that stuff, and
Fuck yeah.
Have you guys,
recording music.
have you guys been to Maps? Have you guys recorded at Maps?
No, where's that at?
It's close to here. It's like 10 minutes from here in Fullerton.
No.
Yeah. Oh, man, we got to hook you up
It's a
with
good
those
studio?
folks.
One
yeah,
of the best
real
drum
cool.
rooms in Orange County.
Yeah, real
Oh,
nice.
shit.
Yeah, real nice drum room, real good studio. Yeah.
What board did they have?
Audient.
Yeah.
ID.
Something analog.
Oh, okay,
audio.
that's
yeah.
cool though.
Yeah, it's a nice
But
board.
they have some like good outboard. gear.
real good
yeah.
outboard stuff.
Great
yeah,
outboard
yeah.
gear. They're
Yeah.
fucking tone snobs. And the best,
Homeboy,
but-
he ran sound at the Wayfarer show.
Mike
Mike
Wilson?
Wilson.
Yes,
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
follow
okay.
him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's our buddy.
That's
Yeah.
just, I have heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, that's
I've been
Max.
on their website before.
yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
hit him up.
I was
Good
thinking
studio
of like
there.
just doing drums there.
Yeah,
or
we're
something,
Yes.
like,
drums would be
yeah.
good for
Drums,
Great
great
fucking
drums
sounding
in there.
That would be
yeah.
worth
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I heavily recommend John Crawford.
I've heard that name too. Yeah.
He works out of Claremont.
Okay.
He helped record the album that I do with the other band I'm
Yeah,
in.
he's in another band. We haven't even talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, not anymore.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'm
He
allegedly
was
in a
another
band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might still be
It's
in a band.
complicated.
It's complicated. Bands are complicated, right?
Bands. Fuck. Bands.
And
Bands.
that's gonna be a
We
button
need
for
we
sure.
need
Yeah.
one more stinger that just goes
Bands
bands.
that make them bands.
Yeah.
Bands make them.
Yeah. And it's a complicated thing on itself, but
Yeah.
John Crawford in Claremont.
That's not Daniel's guy, is it? It's not. Is it Daniel's guy? That sounds like it might be Daniel's guy. It's not. It
He
might not.
records out of the back of the printing
Oh, Rich,
press
yeah. Okay.
in Claremont.
Be. Claremont. Okay.
That's funny.
The
We're
name's
close
the
up
name's
with
familiar.
Claremont.
Yeah.
There's
No,
the
the name is also familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. Good to know.
Incredible. It was the first time for me where I was like,
There you
that I've ever recorded in like a studio where you got one shot, do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're paying a lot of money for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time, but it's what you get out of it was good. Like I got to use my guitar rig, and for that band it was like 2 amps. And
Were you
He
going?
knows what he's
Were you going
doing.
live
And
or was it just your
the
parts?
drums and the bass were live.
Okay.
Guitars were done after, vocals were done after.
Okay.
But drum and bass live, same room.
Yeah.
Musicians,
Nice.
bass in a separate thing. Bass was actually sitting in where they house all the newspapers for the next day on the weekend.
Cool.
And then just sat in there with a mic on it and the DI and then preamps and beautiful outboard gear.
Yeah.
But like
It's a fun experience.
good for like psychedelic music. And I wonder what he would do with like punk rock and alternative and like indie and other different genres. He does a lot of like
Black Keys Rubber Factory is a great fucking album.
That album rules.
Great fucking album.
Yeah.
It started a rubber factory.
Yeah.
literally.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
it's called Rubber
I
Factory.
didn't know that.
We should have like the album we recorded with him was called Desert Pool, but we should have named it Printing Press. I think about it and I was like, there's so much paper around us while we're doing it. Like maybe it's just dampening the sound. He has a grand piano. It's like and everything's really tight knit, but it's cool vibe and
Yeah, the studio looked
yeah,
really cool.
good food, good city. You go out for lunch.
Claremont's
you know,
fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice town.
yeah, not close to us,
Eh.
but
If you have like someone who hasn't been to a recording studio yet, or like step foot in a booth, they're just like doing it at home themselves, just
Yeah.
trying to get it. They don't have any like outside
Yeah,
influence.
experience.
Yeah,
or-
like what would you recommend? What would you tell them before they go to the studio for the first time?
What are they going to be recording?
Yeah, different instrument,
Something that they like.
but be
Yeah.
rehearsed.
Click.
That's a good one.
Make
Click.
Yeah, if
click
you're a
is
drummer-
if you're doing it
Yeah.
the right way. Click.
Yeah.
It's
New
super important.
strings,
New strings.
Yeah,
Make sure your
drummers swallow your pride and play with a fucking click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure your
Click is a
guitars are
magical
intonated.
thing.
That's super important.
Intonations.
It's,
These.
you don't want your
Yeah.
guitars
Oh, dude,
always
I've
getting out of
lost
tune.
entire
Check your
recordings.
ego at the door, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
like
mostly.
you're,
Yeah, generally.
you're gonna be under a microscope, and you just have to be used to that. Like,
Yeah.
you feel naked and observed, and
Yeah.
You're gonna be judged a little bit. You're gonna say no, that's not good, and you're gonna have to, you have to probably
Yeah.
write something completely different on the spot.
Yeah.
And like that's the idea that you thought that was great, and you're like, I can't wait to show them.
Yeah.
Might be like, nope, it's out the window. You got to get used to the negativity kind of.
And
that
also,
com-
like, it's intimidating, so like you just kind of have to accept.
you got
that.
yeah.
It's a little.
But that's
Yeah,
how you-
playing in front of strangers is always a little weird.
Yeah. But
Absolutely,
that's how you
yeah.
learn. It's how you become a better musician, especially in the
definitely.
studio.
It's
You
like
you grow fast in the studio
Yeah.
if you take it serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like you need those three things. You got to know the song.
Yeah.
You got to have the instrument that is in tune
Yeah.
to the most extent and knows that song and feels that song. And then you got to go in, forget all that, be able to feel the click.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta let
but,
go,
but,
right?
but like
Yeah, like
let
that.
go and feel the song.
Yeah.
And then forget that you're playing it.
Yes.
Because you're only going to do that once and you might as well enjoy the shit out of that moment.
Yeah.
Because that
advice,
one,
actually.
that one time you play it like that
You're
is
gonna hear
how
that
you
one?
is how you're going to hear it forever, and you're going to have to play it like that forever. Because when someone remembers that,
They want you
then
to sound
They
like
want you
that,
to
yeah.
play it just like that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if you mess that up, God, you ruin that person's night.
Yeah.
They came all the way to see you.
So no pressure is what you're saying.
Yeah, and do that and have fun and
Can
just
you
be
do all
like,
those three
whatever, man.
things?
Yeah.
Like, just
No
like-
pressure.
and don't care while you're doing it.
Yeah. And remember, have fun.
Yeah, don't forget.
That's all great advice.
Yeah.
My bit of advice. Do you have one?
Yeah,
No,
I
you
would
go
want,
first.
yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say.
You go
about
first.
My bit of advice is don't ask follow-up questions to the sound engineer about the story he just told you. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Because your day is now over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
if you're on
be
the
efficient
hour.
with time.
That's so
Yep.
funny.
Yeah.
Your money is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I mean, it's all been said already.
Only
The
on
biggest thing
breaks.
is be well rehearsed. I think is the
Yeah,
best thing.
you're paying to be there.
Yeah.
Don't waste.
Don't waste time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Only record songs that you really are like, it has to be here and you know you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes there's that rare occasion where you're like, I don't know if we should do this one. And you do it and you record it.
But
and you're
that's
like,
if you have like extra time. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're like, we made spot for either of these two, right?
Right,
And
yeah,
you end
yeah,
up
yeah.
picking the insecure one, but you're like, shit, we did it great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, happy
rarely
accidents.
happens, but like if that does happen, like don't do a coin flip. Like
Yeah.
feel it. Like you know when you're like that song's ready to be where you want to record it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know in your soul,
Well,
like you
all
feel
that to say, we've had plenty of experiences where we're going into the studio being like, we just wrote this last night. There
There could
You
be
know.
something really cool about that.
Yeah,
though.
it's
Like-
fun. Yeah, it makes it
Not
spontaneous.
always.
It's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, we don't play any of those songs, and I don't like are any of them out.
Okay.
I guess maybe one or two of them
They
are
were
out.
too
Yeah.
like not ripe.
Yeah.
Brain
Yeah.
Dead we play all the time.
Yeah, but that one we had for a while. That one was well
That
rehearsed.
is not the second part of the second verse.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's fair. Yeah.
It turned
You
out
guys
to
have been
really-
in a band for a while. huh?
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember. I just remember we fucking because that one was on tape, and that one literally was like.
Oh shit!
I
You
think
guys
we
recorded
did
on tape?
Yeah, I think we
That's
did it
cool.
like 3 times, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one in Need a
My
Rush, we
advice
dumped
is don't
on the
record
tape.
on tape for the
Duh.
first time.
Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that for the
don't.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah, go
It's
digital.
okay to beat detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digital sounds good for a reason.
Yeah.
I did it in one band I was in. It was like a blues band. It was called Primitive Mess, and he did tape to digital conversion for mixing, and he would blend somehow. I don't know how the guy did it. It was expensive, but
You did it with money.
like
Money.
Yeah.
he was like,
Benjamins.
I'm gonna make this happen. If a song takes better to tape, then that's what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna mix on that. But if it goes to digital, it goes to digital.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, ours was recorded on tape and then thrown into Pro Tools, so you know
Yeah.
it was still
And-
mixed digitally.
And it's
you know.
like I was like
got some tape
so
love on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's
we
about the
defi-
vibe and the sound and the saturation.
Yeah.
It feels like the room when you do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it definitely did.
Like the
It-
room you're in is
Yeah.
what that tape sounds like.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest thing because you can control room when you
Yeah.
have like Pro Tools and stuff. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can make that room sound like
A church.
A
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Church.
There's so much.
No, just drum production alone from like
Yeah.
the single we put out like right before Need a Rush. Like
Yeah.
Bless My Soul to Need a Rush.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a huge difference.
Yes,
Because
massive.
one,
Yeah.
you can hear. It's not that it's
You
digital.
hear
it's
the
just
space, or
Yeah.
oh no, you hear the tape. Is what
you
you're saying.
hear the tape.
Yeah.
You hear
No,
the
absolutely, yeah.
thickness of. You hear the
Yeah.
thickness on those drums.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just has a different thing.
It's just
about it.
warmer.
And it's really just a taste thing. It's not that they're
Yeah.
better songs. or
subtle,
better
too.
performance
Yeah.
or
Yeah, the
anything
songs
like
are
that.
kind of about the same. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
really warm too.
yeah.
In its own way, like to me, vinyl sounds really warm.
And
To
that
me,
sounded
like-
like nothing. 'cause you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
saying
That
the
would sound
mic.
like nothing. Yeah, like tape sounds really warm. Vinyl sounds really warm.
Yes.
Like digital's super crisp and clear, and you
yeah,
can
yeah.
hear
And
every
sometimes you want that.
Extended
and sometimes you
frequencies.
want that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like, there's a band called Hit Bargain out of LA. Like, heavy drop on them. Hit Bargain, incredible punk band. I
Okay.
saw them in LA and I bought one of their tapes, and I think they recorded the tape if I'm not mistaken.
It's like the only copy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
4-track. A button.
Yeah.
so good.
Punk.
Very
So
punk.
good.
That's cool.
The drums and the guitars are so like. You're a guitar player and you play guitars and you know what shrill is,
Yeah.
and you can't get shrill through that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the tape will cut out a lot of shrill.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's a nice like
Yeah,
like,
you can't. There's
Digital
a,
will give you all the shrill you'd like.
yeah.
you
like
want
that.
shrill, go digital. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. It's just weighing the differences.
So this thing that we're about to do with this space, like
Yeah.
the last record we did was like we went fucking hardcore, right? So
Overproduced.
Not
How
like-
long did it take you guys? Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, it's a good question. For almost
Cradle
a
to
year.
Grave?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that sounds
Cradle
about
about
to
a
Grave,
year.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, like a year writing and then a year.
Oh, I didn't smash
making
my
it.
can.
Because like 8
Yeah.
months.
Actually,
of-
I have 2 to smash.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, smash
forgot.
them up.
okay,
Alright.
I need to grab the.
Let me smash
I do
these
want to
guys.
hear this.
Yeah,
though.
the difference
sorry.
of this process is we're going to get the room on this one.
Yeah, we're gonna
right?
try and be as live as possible.
Okay.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
like as live as possible. Obviously, vocal overdubs because I don't
Do
want
you
to.
guys do
Yeah.
room mic? For
This
the
drum
drums?
setup's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
The
Yeah.
last one
I love it.
was only like what
12 mics or something.
12 mics.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
And I-
Only 12. Yeah.
And this one, I think we're gonna go like 16.
16 probably.
Oh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
multiple
Are you
like
doing-
stereo room mics and
Yeah, like close rooms, far rooms, that kind
Oh,
of thing.
shit.
Yeah.
I love drum miking.
that sounds
Yeah, it's fun.
That's
You
I
know
want-
Sylvia Massey?
challenge, but like that sounds cool.
Yes,
Oh.
I want a microphone. Like we have an exhaust vent fan outside the control room.
Yeah.
I want there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want,
interesting.
I want
You
that
could probably
sound
get
as well.
something interesting coming out of that.
Right.
Yes.
Even
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
for like a bridge and you just cuts and has like this little.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
love the
whatever works.
creativity of like self-recording. Like,
Yes.
that's awesome.
You can
Just
do
put it
whatever you
weird,
want.
somewhere weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been faking room mics on the last recording.
Oh, really?
Please
What do you-
discuss.
Yeah. What do you mean?
So, it's gonna get weirdly nerdy.
No,
right
let's
now.
go. No.
Like,
This is what we're here
so
for.
I'll copy the tracks and then I'll bust them, and then I'll put like a what is it 0.12 millisecond delay.
Okay.
So that it's just like
Yeah.
yeah.
yes
So that
from
it's
across
basically like 10 to 12 feet away.
Yeah.
And then I'll EQ each drum as if how a room mic would hear it.
Okay.
And so you're faking a
yeah.
room mic.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like just
I
you're
love that.
filling in the space just because
Yeah.
like we didn't have enough inputs, we didn't have
Yeah.
enough
How
mics.
did you mic the drums on the last
So
thing?
just close mic, we did kick, snare, tom overhead
Inside
overhead.
baseball, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
No,
like,
let's get
Super,
nerdy.
super
Hey.
basic.
just
Yeah,
and then I would we would sample we would blend the sample for the kick, blend a sample for the snare, and then I would blend a fake room for kick, snare, and then I did a fake room for the whole kick.
For everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was really good. It came out.
Yeah,
it
so-
came out
Sounds
pretty
good. Yeah.
we're
no, your drums
faking
sound
it.
good.
Yeah.
They sound
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's just what we had to do.
That's what I like. Like we figure out what we need to do. You know what we have. That's what I like about recording nowadays with the digital world. Almost, man, almost.
Yeah.
You can, whatever you think you can, that's the beauty of recording, self-recording. You can do almost anything.
That's
It. That's the
Yeah.
beauty part. Like I don't have that. Okay, let's try to figure out how to make that then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's problem solving. It's a
When we were doing this LP, right, this last thing we put out, it was, like I said, as nerdy as you can get. So we quite literally took an entire day, 420, as it were. Whatever, Ziggy. What's up, Ziggy? Ziggy's just, boy.
Oh,
There
Ziggy.
you go. Yeah.
shout out to Ziggy. He's a cool dog.
We spent
Beautiful
420
dog.
in this room, taking apart each individual drum, miking it, like 4 different microphones.
Just to hear what they could each do.
No, then
No.
so like the snare,
weirder, yeah.
the snare that he used for these 4 songs on the record,
Yeah.
we would tune it to each of those songs,
Oh.
and then get the hits on all of these microphones. So I would have the perfect sample
So you made a sample
Oh,
pack
so-
of your own
for
drums.
each individual song.
Oh,
Okay.
For each individual drum, each
Okay.
individual song.
Yeah.
So they were all like that.
They're
Tom.
tuned to the key.
You tuned to.
You know who
you
does
tuned the
that?
drums.
Eric Valentine. Yeah.
So we wanted to go that fucking nerdy, and
Yeah.
we didn't want to use anyone else's samples because we had the time.
That's cool.
We had
the
And then
gear.
Why not?
Yeah, you have the space. You have the exactly.
That makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah, that's like kind of like the only time you can do that.
So nerdy.
Yeah.
So out.
I love it.
Have you heard of Sylvia Massey?
Yes.
She's a music producer. Her dad was one as well. Her technique to recording drums is astronomical to me.
Okay.
Have you done the hose? The garden
Oh,
hose?
you told me about this.
You take like a 6-foot garden hose and you put a 57 in it in one end, and then you tape off the end. You loop it through the bottom of the drums. It gets the low frequency of all the toms. So you get all toms and no cymbals. And then she does this thing called the crotch mic, and it's a 57 aimed at the crotch.
Oh, we do the crotch mic.
Right, the crotch mic is super important.
57's really nice though. We go with something ratty.
Yeah, we do like some EV
Something
thing.
ugly as
That's
fuck.
fine, but that gets gritty.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
crotch
a
mic's
mix
fun.
in. And then she'll take a piano, she'll put it in the chord of the song and mic the piano in front of the
So it's
kick of the drum
vibrating.
kick.
Yeah.
That's
And there's about like she'll do the drop in mic kit and then like a sub,
I love it.
like a
I
sub kick.
fucking love how nerdy it can be.
Yeah.
It's really, and then doing like the Sennheiser, like is it a 421?
421.
Yeah.
421B is on the bottom, and whatever top mic you prefer on
Yeah.
the
pretty
top.
interesting.
Doing that mix with all of that, it's like, and then several rooms, different distances away.
Yeah, you can get as nerdy as you like.
Yeah.
All right, well, honest homies, like if you need, we don't have many microphones, but we got some 421s, we got some 7Ds.
Yeah.
Right? If you need any
Honestly.
any locker things that we have, just let us know when
Okay,
you're tracking.
yeah.
Oh, we're definitely gonna.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering. We're
Yeah,
definitely
of
will
course,
hit you
My,
up.
my friend that I work with, he has a couple microphones too. If you ever want to try something weird, it's called a stereo pulsar mic.
Ooh.
It's a dual diaphragm microphone that can
Love
be
it.
turned at 90 degrees, and it's a stereo preamplified microphone, and it's 2 outputs. It's used for overheads. They used to use stuff like that in minimal recording for like back in the 50s to be able to get the stereo overhead with one microphone and like literally
For
put
like a
it
whole orchestra or
for
something. Yeah.
yeah,
It's like a workaround for that.
And
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There's some
Uh,
companies
jazz combos and stuff, it would go
Yeah.
center so you can get that ambient like spatial thing.
Yeah.
exactly, and
Yeah.
you can physically pan it, and you're physically panning it, and then you can pan it in mix.
Nice.
Right, and it's just like an incredible overhead. Like people don't create shit like that anymore. It's usually just a one single microphone, and you're having to physically do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some KSMs over the last season,
Oh, cool.
and so they're stereo KSMs, so we can, if we want,
Oh, nice.
get that,
XYM,
get that
yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
get fucking nerdy.
It's so nerdy, and I love it.
It's so fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what me and Ben always talked about. Like
Yeah.
we were just like, dude, we need our own spot so we can
No,
just
yeah.
start building and like kind of just.
I would
what
love
you-
to have this.
Yeah, to do what you guys
Dude,
are
you
doing.
guys are welcome to come hang out here anytime you want. Yeah.
Take you up
Track,
on
I'll tell
that.
you
here's
what-
the track. Here.
Dude,
back here.
We'll give you the bro rate.
Dude, I work like 2 lights down. So
There you go. Yeah.
I live like 4 lights.
I
down.
work
There
all
you
around here.
Yeah, dude, just come hang.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
very love the vibes here. Definitely.
Or just green screen it, you know?
Yeah. Just do some videos.
Yeah, video work. What's the?
What have you guys been doing for vids?
The last vid was for Rotten. It was actually your ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, she went to film school.
She's a really like talented
Very- yeah, she's
photographer
very
and
Old friend of
videographer.
ours. Yeah. And so she
I love
she
that song, by the
directed.
way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Oh,
she
cool, thank
directed
you.
that. We wanted to do a music video for Misdirection. I think we just got really busy. Like, yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the next batch of songs, we definitely want to attach a video to that. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm all sassy, and there's one that's gonna come out soon that I really, really like that hasn't came out yet, and I'm like, can we do a music video for that one? Yeah, even though we should do one for Misdirection, I'm still like, the Sammy one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You should tell the story of that. This is a beautiful song.
Oh,
Yeah, we play it live now.
I wrote a song about, like, my dog that I had to put down. Like, it was just one of those.
It's heartbreaking.
It was like a Friday. He had congestive heart failure. He had like survived cancer. We bought a senior dog. And
How old was he?
He no idea. Like,
Okay.
He was just a rescue. No idea.
okay.
He was an old man when we got him.
Yeah,
He was an older man when we lost him.
How long did you have him?
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like obviously I fell in
Sure.
love with this dog.
Yeah.
And so like I woke up. So we put him down like on a Friday. I woke up on that Sunday and I had like a melody in my head of a chorus or whatever. And so like I'm like singing with like morning voice like, and then like figuring it out. And then I was like, like this could go really sappy, but like what if I went really pop punk with it? Like very happy sounding song.
Yeah.
Very sad lyrics.
Yeah.
And so that's what the next song we're gonna do is.
Cool.
And like, yeah, and so it's basically it shifts perspectives between like him and me and like our interaction and stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, that'll be the next single we put out. And
Nice.
those are the stems I just sent out.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. It's got good vibes. It's
Yeah.
um,
and
So
we have different voices
with
on it.
mastering being soon, how soon can we expect a release then?
Probably a month out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah. So-
Okay. Now my question is it's on mastering.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
I mean, you'll take Cradle of the Grave on anything. You'll go from your brain into drum mixing. Okay,
Yes.
that's how far you're taking it, but you won't touch mastering.
No.
Okay.
No, I want a different set of ears touching it.
That's a big
Yeah,
thing.
think it's
and
important.
because I'm still developing my skills as a producer, mixer.
Sure.
I'm definitely missing things. Like I don't have my ear is getting refined, my eyes are getting refined with editing, whatever. I need someone who's done it for a while to be like, okay, let me just tweak this for you a little bit.
Yeah. Put some sheen on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so that's why I have no interest in mastering.
I feel like it's
Same.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a whole different skill.
It is.
Like,
It
you know,
is, yeah.
You know, like
and maybe someday, but like I'm not
Yeah.
interested in, to be honest. I want to mix, I want to songwrite, I want to sing, I want to play guitar. Like that's enough fucking roles for one person.
I don't even want to mix. You know.
mixing itself is so stressful.
It is.
Dude,
But like,
I love
people
it,
make their whole
actually.
careers on just
I really
mixing.
like
He's really,
mixing.
really
I do
good
like
at it.
mixing. I
Yeah.
do think it's fun. It's just fucking time consuming.
Yeah.
but-
He
Yeah.
mixes in the fly while we're recording, and it kind of trips me out. Like,
A little bit, yeah.
he's really on it because you'll usually run the console. Sometimes you'll throw Matt or Toneski on it while we're recording,
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
true.
like while you're doing it, you're like, oh, okay, let's do this part,
Well, I just
and then
wanna
he's
hear it a certain
crossfading
way.
things, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like about mixing. Like I can hear it the way I want to hear it. I was like we all have different ears. We
Yeah.
all have different tastes, whatever. So I
I
think
have questions about that. I gotta
Yeah.
but that's what I love about it. Like when I'm at home, it's just me. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do it the way I want to hear it.
Sure.
Like,
And-
do you guys, you like to cook or anything?
Of course. Yeah.
So I see it like cooking.
of
like,
course.
You know, like,
oh yeah.
like
My mom always says if you're a
Yeah.
good musician, you have to be a good cook. yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way you
Weird.
build things,
Yeah.
the way that flavors build over time. Like you have to
Totally.
time, like
Yeah.
how you cook something.
Yeah, it's all
when to
composition,
put in an
right? Yeah.
ingredient, when to take out, not take out an ingredient, I guess. Well, because once it's in,
sometimes
it's in.
you do.
But do you know what I mean? Like you're building a flavor. You're
Yeah.
building. Yeah, like that's how I see it for some reason.
No, I
Yeah.
dude, the
Yeah.
parallel's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, just to go quick tangent, did you guys watch The Bear?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love
Right?
that show, man.
So
Incredible show.
fucking rock and roll and
Totally
being a
creative
chef,
process.
like they go
Yes.
Yeah.
hand in hand with each other.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
like you're curating a taste for the mouth or the ears.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your ears can taste. They
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what they want.
exactly.
Are you gonna where are you gonna set it?
You
There's
want to
little
carve out
spices.
space for each flavor too, like
Carving space,
yeah.
throwing spice here and there. That's grilled a little bit more than that. Like
Yeah, tweaking.
I think we all
Yeah.
like cooking too.
Yeah, cooking's fun.
I cook
Cooking.
most of the cooking at home, but
But
I
like, there was always parallels when I
Oh,
was
so many.
mixing. I was like,
but yeah,
Yeah.
I love mixing because like you can really start to hear things come together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I think it's the most beautiful part. You know, the tracking it's fun too.
It's tedious.
But it's very tedious.
tedious.
You know, like you know.
I don't know. I enjoy tracking more, but once I'm in the throes of mixing, I actually am really having a good time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's
that's how
like,
I am.
oh fuck, this is cool.
Yeah.
because ideally you stop tracking because you got something. worth
Exactly, yeah,
mixing.
once you're done tracking,
you're
you're
happy
done.
about it.
Yeah,
and,
you're
like,
done.
You're
Yeah.
working with good ingredients.
Exactly, yeah.
See
Your
what I did
ingredients
here
are
with this
there, and you're
metaphor?
just just to keep
Yeah.
the cooking thing up. But
Yeah.
you
creating
have your
the
ingredients.
the ripe tomato.
Yes, yeah, which is
Johnny's
interesting.
very Italian.
Yeah, I mean the Italian philosophy is just
Yeah.
good ingredients and don't do anything to them.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
Don't put anything.
Yeah,
in
don't
the-
touch it. Just make it good. Which is the equivalent being just get it good going in.
Get it
you know?
going in.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
just
absolutely.
get it good and be
Yeah.
live.
As a whole team of people though who are on both sides of the creation process.
Yeah.
Like all members of this band are able to look at the different aspects of how it ends up.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the
Big
end.
picture.
So
Yeah, you can zoom out.
my question is,
Yeah.
how do these different styles of producing things, come to a head? What do you find is like?
What do you
the-
disagree on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
I don't know.
that's really doesn't come up. Disagreeing doesn't come up as much as you would think it would, because we always go what's best for the song.
We'll bump
You-
heads a
little
little
bit,
bit, but
yeah.
our tastes tend to align.
Yeah, him and his brother will bump heads.
Yeah, but it's small little things because
Yeah,
like
sure.
our tastes are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But like that 2% difference becomes the world and becomes
Oh, of course.
my
That's what
last
happens with us all the
stand.
time. Yeah,
Like,
I will die on this hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of letting go of that
Sure.
as you're as I've gotten older as a musician. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna force you to do something you hate. Right?
Yeah.
Something. The best songs we've ever done, we've just followed what's excited us and so if you force someone to do something they don't
Yeah.
like, you're
Yeah, it's
starting
not
on
good.
the wrong foot.
But there's also the opposite too,
Yeah.
where we'll be working on something and I'll feel super strongly
Yeah.
about something, and they're like, I don't care. Fucking, you think this is
That's
the coolest
worst
thing you've
feeling.
ever?
It's so demoralizing. Yeah.
Okay, you want to add an extra?
like,
no. Yeah. This
still
is
just-
super important, guys.
We're not.
Yeah. We agree. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always felt like being in bands,
Yeah.
being married to three other dudes.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
was just
yeah. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
Bands.
yeah.
I'm in 2 relationships. One at home and one with the band. And
Yep.
Yeah.
and if I'm sometimes I'm at work, I'm texting both, and I was like, fuck.
This
Wait,
is like
you say the
relationship
wrong
therapy.
thing.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'll tell my wife, hey, hold on, I'm texting the
Yeah.
other one. But it's but I don't know, our chemistry, the way we do things, like I said, we always go what's best for the song.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
always kind of are on the
Absolutely.
right track when it comes to writing, especially me and Ben and guitar parts. And
Yeah.
and I'm sometimes they'll I love effect. I love reverb and with distortion.
We all have our own styles
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm a big Circus Survive fan. Huge.
Which is-
Thursday.
Talk
Circus
about
Survive.
reverb.
I'm glad you got into this because now I want to find out the veins of influences. That,
Oh, okay, yeah. For me, that's
Circus
That's a
Survive,
big
some
one.
fucking great guitar work.
that
some
changed.
great
That
taste.
changed the way I just heard music.
yeah.
Wow, catch
Talk about reverb.
Anthony Green, catch a melody,
So
reverb.
textural.
Yeah,
So
like Thursday.
yeah.
I'm a big Thursday fan.
Yeah.
Huge
Of
too. I
course.
love the
Yeah.
guitars.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. You can kind of hear it in the Dare stuff too. Little guitar
Yeah,
parts
no,
and stuff like
you
that.
have your own style.
Little things like that. I love
that
that
humbucker
stuff.
with the TS-909 and a delay into a Marshall is like,
How do you lose?
like you got this thing where you're like,
Yeah.
I
I gotta feel it, but I don't know, it works with the Dares. I don't know the new stuff we've been writing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I heard it on Misdirection for sure.
Oh yeah, it's
definitely.
those,
Yeah.
but God, kind of got a little lost, but
No, that's the cast, man.
Here we are.
yeah,
We're rabbit holes. We're tangents.
yeah, that's kind of like
Well, just like how our different influences.
yeah, that's
blend.
kind of more of my background. I love effects and I love that stuff. And I use Gibson and Marshall. I like heavy. I'm a big Sum 41 fan too. So like
Perfect.
power chords, Nirvana, like
Hell yeah.
heavy power chords, but
Yeah.
nice, beautiful effects.
What did I see you play at the show? What's your go-to guitar?
Well, I was using an SG. I'm borrowing Ben's
I
because
don't talk about my guitar. That
I have a
I had a
Les
lot of issues that night.
I have a Les Paul Studio
Yeah.
too, but it's about to go to the shop because I guess on the bridge the saddles once they wore out you have to buy a whole new bridge. They don't just sell the saddles, which is like so stupid.
No, it's on purpose.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
It's on
It's like almost $100 just to replace it.
that's
And then I have a dead note on it, so Johnny's actually gonna help me out on that. So,
Re-straighten the neck.
but that's my baby. I have a Seymour Duncan custom pickup on the bridge,
that
so it's
Santa
aggressive.
Claus
It's aggressive.
Okay.
With my Marshall, I use a JCM/Signature. It's a 2550. It's a 2555
Great
model.
sounding amp.
It's based off the '87 Jubilee.
Excellent.
Yeah, I bought it when I joined the band back in 2011. I bought it for like $1,600. It's worth over like $4,000 now.
Nice.
Because so I got super lucky.
No, you nailed it.
Every
I remember you guys loading into that gig, and it was just fucking these killer amps coming through. These big ass amps. I was like, yeah.
We didn't
I never
bring the
want-
bass amp either.
Oh yeah.
He owns that.
So our original bass player he left.
Well, not original.
No, well, not original. Our second.
Your original.
Yeah. So our the second bass player, he left and he wanted to sell his equipment. So Ben bought his bass.
Yeah.
I bought the amp with the 8x10
Orange.
and an orange.
Or 50.
Yeah,
or
I bought
something
it.
like that.
Yeah.
So
Base
I bought it for
50?
the band, so
Yeah.
it'll be. So it was like I was like, I
sounds
should buy
killer.
this so whoever comes into the band doesn't have an excuse. They're like, oh, I can't be in the band because I don't have an amp. Well, yeah, you do.
Literally my circumstance where I have no bass equipment, have never played bass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
we have a bass and an amp. And I'm like,
Yeah,
he just
You're a
uses
bass
those.
player now. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm there, dude. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You guys got beers?
Uses a company vehicle.
Oh,
Shame.
Paper towel.
Shame.
That's what happens if it just
it
if
sucks.
You totally suck. I get shamed.
You're shamed.
So
Ah.
if you could humor me, make me learn my lesson.
Shame.
Don't bow my head. Don't bow my head.
God damn it.
yeah. The band's never
distance,
used anything smaller than a 4x12.
Great.
There's it's always been big amp.
We
Fuck
used to
yeah,
Vox
dude.
once.
It blew my
Don't
mind.
compromise. Never compromise.
Matt is a hard hitting drummer, so we've been told
He is
like
loud. He's loud as shit.
we've been told
Yeah.
like you guys are loud, and I was like, we have only one volume, and it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
We
though.
try, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away.
No, Matt's
You
a
know,
good fucking drummer.
Yeah,
You
if
should
we
play
lower the
that.
amps,
Yeah.
it's just not us. We're a loud
He
band.
picks the right snare.
Yeah.
A lot of actually us like jamming together, now that I think of it, was because Matt hit me up because he needed a part for his snare. He snaps lugs.
Lugs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Which
he-
like
he
as a
break-
drummer, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna
I've
say,
never
that
thought
That
of
doesn't
that.
happen.
That does not.
That doesn't
No,
happen.
he snapped a lug
so
on his
funny.
pearl, and he told me the dimensions.
Rim shot. Rim
Yeah,
shot.
Yeah.
Rim shot.
He's
And I
breaking
found
up. Yeah.
a
that's so-
replacement one
funny.
that worked,
Yeah.
and that's when he and I started talking, and then he's like,
Thank
"You
you,
want to
lugs.
jam?"
Wow.
Yeah, he's
That- I
he's
mean, fuck,
crazy
that's-
aggressive. He hits so hard. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it really it's
No,
like
he hits really hard.
Yeah.
It's good. He sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
very tight drummer.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's-
picks the right drums that are supposed to be hit hard, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
No,
Like,
you're-
if
it's
you hit
true.
like we've all jammed and messed around at rehearsal
Yeah.
on his kit, and you can't
It's hard
hit
to
it
play.
soft.
Yeah. It doesn't sound good.
Like,
yeah.
That drum
yeah.
set does not
You
sound the
can't
same.
hit his kick soft. It doesn't sound how it should.
Yeah.
His snare
true.
is meant to be
Wailed on.
Yeah.
wailed
Yeah.
on. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He used to
Dave
play
Grohl
he even,
acrylic.
he even
uh,
sets up his snare face down.
I noticed
Have you
that.
se-
I noticed that.
so-
yeah, just to get the rim shots.
So
That's
don't-
why he's breaking fucking lugs. He was
The
like,
only,
Yeah.
the only other drummer I've seen
We
do that was
tried.
the lower
Yeah.
definition drummer. I don't know if you heard of that
I
band. They're
don't
from
know.
San Diego.
Lower Definition? Yeah.
I don't know.
He's in that band now. Shoot, I can't even think of the top of my head.
Yeah.
But he's in a big. The drummer's in a big
That
band
makes
now. But yeah,
Yeah.
he had a hybrid
Fading away,
snare,
yeah.
but he had it face down, and he was so aggressive, just like Matt.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I guess it must be part of that. But Matt said the rolls it helps him roll quicker.
Sure.
Yeah.
You get up.
Yeah,
past-
I can't
yeah.
play his. Like, I'm not a great drum. I can't really play drums, to be honest. But like I try to play his drums, and other drum sets are a lot easier, and his are just so specific to him. And
Yeah, because his
hard
hi
I
time.
did notice he had the tilty thing going.
Yeah.
his hi-hat's kind of high,
very
and I was
high.
always asking. I was like, it's like Dave Grohl for Nirvana. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
he was always weird.
He
Yeah.
said the higher you set up, the harder you have to hit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
you have
So,
less space.
yeah. So he's all
Yeah.
when you're higher, you got to hit it harder. So you have to.
Yeah. If you want to even hit
If
it.
you want.
Weird guy, this Matt fella.
Yeah.
Where is he?
The massive benefit of rhythm section is like it's impossible to not know where the beat is because he hits so hard that you feel it before you hear it.
Team rhythm, baby.
And
yeah.
through the bass, and I'm like, yes, please. Because sometimes, like now that I'm being a bass player in their group, your perspective changes as a musician. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I need to lock in with this dude,
Yeah. Pay attention
Your
to him.
focus changes.
and it's really hard to not because he is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a
Very
millisecond,
present.
if you're a millisecond behind, you flam the whole hit,
Yeah.
and you're the guy that flams the hit with
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
No
then
one
you
wants to
sound
be that
bad.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way we play live is how we practice. We
That's good.
we practice just that loud.
Good. Practice to perform, baby. Yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's lower it a little bit, and then we end up going back.
Yeah, literally by the end of rehearsal,
Like,
I'm like,
'cause,
I'll go to 8 on the bass. Yeah, no, I'm back at 10. One song later.
Well, and it's like we got to hear it the way it's gonna sound live, you know. like,
Practice
yeah.
to perform, man.
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right. I gotta know what influence you think you're bringing in specifically to the project. I mean,
That's a good question.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
for
That
me,
they don't have.
I don't think I can answer this, but
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well, it's for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
like, it wouldn't be any of the bands I grew up on necessarily.
Okay.
right? Because you're doing something for this project, and you're
Right.
Yeah, and I grew up with a lot of like I grew up with like Mike Hem and a lot of stuff like that. But
Sure.
for bass wise, I would say it'd be more like, for this project, I think of stuff like Knuckle Puck.
Oh, cool.
Or,
I hear
like,
that. Yeah.
like stuff like Knuckle Puck or
Yeah.
like I really love Newfound Glory, like
Yeah.
Catalyst.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that.
that's a very big grow up for me.
Yeah.
punchy, powerful.
I love-
Smart. Yeah.
intact.
Smart
Yes,
lines.
I love
yeah.
Green Day. Like
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
like
Oh God.
I like
doesn't?
I like their live
course.
recordings better because he goes off a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like he's doing a little bit more of
A little
the
more
walks,
fills, yeah, yeah.
a little bit more fills that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
going in with the drums. Like the
Mhm.
like I really like. I play a lot of their songs that I was never on a recording with, but when we play live, I love to really do the
Embellish.
fills
Yeah.
and like lock in with Matt.
Nice.
Like that's a good vibe. Like
Yeah. Make it your own. Yeah.
not even that. Giving notes to his hits.
Okay.
Not even.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't think of bass as like doing
I like
a run
that.
of this and this melodically. I forget the pact of like being a string player of guitars where you're like playing melodic rhythms. No, I'm the note of his tom
Yeah, your foundation.
to the key
That's a cool
of the song. So when
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going bracadicadoo vicadicadoo, I'm going boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, ba-da-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
But for like really staccato, just to like only be accenting his tom, so you can't feel like I'm even playing.
Yeah.
So that when we hit the big parts, it's
like
like a
that.
big wall.
Yeah.
Because I love Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like another band like massively influencing for me would be like Jimmy Eat World and like No Knife.
Yeah. Oh,
No
Knife.
No Knife from
Yeah.
San Diego,
Knife is
incredible
cool.
band.
Yeah.
They just played one of their hometown shows recently, and I was sad I couldn't go to it.
Oh,
But I'm
nice.
like, their
They're fun.
Hitman Dreams is like one of my favorite records. When I first started listening to Jimmy Eat World when I was like 9.
Dude.
Going back,
yeah.
I was like, I got to see them when I was
Pretty
10
young.
at the.
Casino record. Was
Yes, I watched them actually when I was 10. The first band I ever saw live was Jimmy Eat World. I got to see them at the
Nice.
San Diego like fairgrounds for the
Nice.
horses, and they were playing in the center of the track. They played Big Casino. They opened up with Big Casino. I'd never seen a mosh pit. My brother gave me a beer. I took a sip of a beer and I sat on top of a hay bale and I watched Jimmy Eat World just
old are
fuck
you?
Yeah.
10. I watched this band just like absolutely fuck everybody up. And dude, and it's just this wall of sound, and then seeing everybody go
Yeah.
crazy. And his friend came out with his glasses broken, and I was like, "What happened? Did you fall?"
No, it was
I'm a kid, and he's like, "No, I was in the pit." I was like, "What's the pit?" And he's like, "Everybody's just feeling the music like crazy. Look at where all the
And then
dust
they
is
fight
coming
about
from."
it.
And I was looking at it and watching them
Violence.
jam, and I'm like, "Dude."
That's it.
Yeah, that and, like No Knife. I really love Circus of Rives, so we hit on a heavy point of that.
Yeah.
I love Motion City soundtrack.
Me too,
A lot.
dude.
Like
I
they
fucking
are,
love them.
their
Yeah.
drummer's so good.
Tony, I took a drum lesson with Tony.
He's
once.
in,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
I would love to
Yeah.
just
Really
meet
cool.
him. He's like
Yeah, he's a sweetie.
his rhythms are just so
smart.
fucking
So fucking smart. Yeah,
Like
so good.
his accentation's beautiful. He's super
Yeah.
committed.
We're gonna think
Committed
about
is a
those
good
on these
thing.
records.
Oh
on
yeah,
these
we
ones.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
think
will.
about
We'll
those.
get that way.
Yeah, the Academy was like a big thing for me too.
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
Like I got to see them at one of their last shows at Observatory.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Santa Ana.
Yeah, they're
And,
not really a thing anymore that much, are they?
No.
Might be
Yeah.
coming back around some kind of reunion.
I
thing.
think
hope.
they
Yeah.
were gonna do, or maybe they just did the When We Were Young thing.
that makes sense.
Just
Everyone
just
did.
yeah, because
Well,
everyone
they
else
have
did on that
to.
way. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have a question. It's gonna be just for you two.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Because
This is my third time out.
Yeah. We
Because
probably have the answer to
Grandpa's
this
sitting
one.
back.
now I have to
Shut up,
know
Ben.
what is the positives and the drawbacks of two brothers in the room.
Yes.
Oh,
shit.
Should I leave?
Yeah.
If you need to.
I actually kind of have to pee.
If
But
he-
Yeah, you gotta pee. Yeah,
Go
yeah.
to
That's
the
fine.
restroom, Ben. You're done. You're cut out from this whole
I just watched this
conversation.
back. What the fuck?
Yeah. Fucking hate these guys.
You
Yeah.
can hear
back
it
to
from
it,
the
too.
room.
Now I want to hear this.
That's a good question. All right, from my experience with these two brothers,
This is fun.
so
Pacific goes deep.
so
Truth comes out.
It's here.
how would you say it? So
I'll give you a giant pass. They're the nicest fucking dudes.
Yeah, they really are.
In the
Nah, they're
universe.
sweet dudes.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's just sometimes the
bump
bickering, especially our practice and creative process when we're trying to write
Yeah,
something.
they butt. He
Brother,
said they
brother.
butt heads more than any of them.
It they're butting heads and bickering at each other for something that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like standing there. I was like,
Fuck. Here we
dude,
go.
I
again.
got work at 5 a.m. I was like, this could be settled when you guys go home.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's that's probably the worst of it.
The positives. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No.
My thing is like, I love to get Matt fired up
Oh.
because sometimes he'll even play drums better. Like he'll
You're
get
being
fired
a
up.
coach?
Like no, but like when they're
Whiplash?
Yeah, negative
whenever
reinforcement.
they're
Yeah.
having a discussion where it might seem like they're fired up, but they're brothers, so it's like it's not that they're fired up; they're just passionate people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're like speaking passionately towards each other, and it might feel like it's escalated.
sounds very-
but I'm
Yeah.
looking at it as like two passionate people just really like, hey man, for a second, what makes me fucking stoked on it is like to get Ben fired up. And then it's like
Who has the shorter fuse?
Probably Matt, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't
he's not
know.
here.
Ben has a sharp fuse too.
Yeah.
When it comes to his brother,
Yes, with him. Yeah.
like he'll be like, come on,
Yeah, you're
dude.
just twins.
well, No, I like to get Ben
I-
fired up
I have
because
no
it'll
perspective.
spark Matt, and then it's like really cute because they're like blah 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 blah, but they're the kind of people where they might be like blah 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 blah. I love you. You know what I mean? Like by the
Comes
they're
back
like,
to nice
your
things.
idea is really good. Give me like 3 seconds so I could figure it out. I love you, man.
Yeah.
It's like this so sweet. If that makes sense, and you're like,
They're
what
like
the fuck?
The
I've never met people.
Gallagher brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, how are you guys so nice? I'm not even nice like that to myself. You guys are crazy.
To myself.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's funny.
That's
a good
funny.
question.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good one.
Just
I love
in
that.
case. And I'm sure
Yeah.
the positives are like they have like that high.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are
it's the
telepathic,
same
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
brain, like,
Yeah,
it's-
well,
The synergy's been there since.
Yeah, because once
Since-
once
it's
like
crazy.
birth.
there'll be
Yeah.
there'll be writing sessions or jamming sessions, and sometimes these two just get locked in, and it's just like boom, the idea just comes out.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like
I
the
feel like it's like we can jump steps in Candyland. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shortcuts.
Yeah.
You're like the Bee Gees. Someone starts singing and then someone's harmonizing with
Yeah.
words that haven't been written yet.
Yeah.
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 That has definitely happened in a rehearsal many times where I'm like, what the heck? I'm just looking at his hands and I'm trying to hear the key and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, you guys
Yeah,
are
we hit
way
a flow
on one.
state together, and like we've done it since we were little kids.
Of course.
Yeah, they've been
course.
doing it together forever. That's
Yeah.
one thing. Like, it's not like they were
Those are the
teenagers.
special
It's
moments,
not
for
like they were
sure.
teenagers
And then we
and
fight.
they started. They started.
You
a
fucked it up.
We got something great.
And then you hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they were teenagers. They were like 5 years old when they started playing instruments
No
together.
joke.
No,
So,
yeah.
so like there's a real sense of I want to say security because like bands are never, that doesn't exist. But like it's not like you two are gonna quit on each other.
No,
never.
No.
You're
Yeah.
so locked
There
in.
is. Yeah, like
Yeah.
our fights are never like gonna end the band.
No.
It's always
Whatever the fight is, it can't be that.
It's
Yeah.
and it's never really a fight.
It's probably about a riff,
Yeah.
or like a drum
it's
hit,
petty.
or like a harmony.
Oh, it's gotta
or-
be petty.
or-
There's
or-
gotta
it's
be
tied to
petty.
everything else in the past. Too.
There's bigger fights about where to eat on break.
yeah. And now, yeah.
It's,
We had Mexican
it's a creative fight.
Totally.
It is.
Modelo or Pacifico? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
And honestly, I feel like the nature of our relationship has changed since I moved out. Like just not seeing this person every day. It's like okay, like you kind of appreciate their presence a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
How long ago was that now?
3-4 years.
Okay.
Now? Yeah.
One of the best things I ever did was stop living with Nick.
Yeah.
One of the best
no,
things I
like,
ever
like
did.
you appreciate
Stop
the
living
person.
with him.
Yeah.
The relationship
Get
gets
out of
better.
my fucking face.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and like I think, and then we've gotten older. Your people skills increase as you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
older, obviously, and so yeah, like we'll still bump heads, but I think it's less frequent and it's probably still as petty as before.
I
but-
do like talk about skipping steps creatively. You could probably skip steps in fights too.
Yeah.
you, can, like
We
you
go
can.
straight to punch each other. In
Yeah,
the nose.
One look.
Yeah.
I knew what you were gonna say after.
Yeah.
I learned a referee and just kind of butt in and be like,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, guys, that's it. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
Time.
Yeah.
I kind of because
That's funny.
I
Yeah.
remember in the beginning there'd be a lot of times I would just stay quiet for a long time
Yeah.
and just wait, and sometimes it'll be for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes. This guy's
No,
going down.
like Matt has punched me in the face, literally in front of a Quaker church where we used to practice, like the most pacifist community, and he I lost my sense of sight for like half a second. I'm like, oh, I just got hit in the fucking face right now, and like that hasn't happened since we were like 19 maybe. But,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
but yeah, like that's like it's the
Outside of
sibling
church?
relationship. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not very Christ-like.
These guys make oatmeal or
God was looking at
like, yeah, I don't know, but it hasn't escalated.
No,
it's now you got me, Tonsky, because like now we look at each other and we're just like, hey man, so what did you do this week?
Yeah. Now you have the small talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just start jamming together. We're like, all right, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And then
No,
we'll
I-
start talking,
yeah.
but I'm fucked up. We'll start talking. I'll be like, yeah, Ben, what you just said was real good. And then he'll start going, and then you'll reiterate that back to Matt, and he'll be like, well, let me show you this part.
Yeah.
Which is like, all those things are the balance of like the creative
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like if you don't
we're
have
needing the
those,
walls,
because there's
yeah.
been times where there wasn't a riff, and we were all fucking around with an idea, and like maybe bickering back and forth between everybody.
It's a weird creative process.
But what the
It's
riff
such a
was by the
symbiotic
end.
experience.
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
The
Yeah.
environment
Oh, yeah.
is so just. You have a nucleus, right?
Yeah.
But then you have two people. It's interesting the way it's because we talked about it when
Yeah.
just the two brothers were on. Is
Yeah.
that it's a drummer
Yes.
and then singer guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like
But
two
Matt
guitar
writes a lot,
singers,
too.
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Which
So he writes a lot.
He writes a lot.
Yeah.
really
Matt
changes
writes-
the dynamic of
Yeah.
the creative
Yeah.
process.
It does.
He
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
in with
Ma-
so many random guitar riffs that I'm like, dude,
Ma-
where are you coming up?
Matt's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
I that's what attracted me to want to be in this band, because I'm my
Yeah.
foundation, like from the beginning of music, is the Beatles. You know what I mean?
we had before you guys got here, we were like, so they're the Beatles, right? Yeah, they're the Beatles.
Pop sensibility.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like it
Yeah.
obviously. it's a
Yeah, we
Beatles
talked about this last time you guys were on the show. Like,
And Matt-
the Beatles are just the thing.
Yeah.
I just love being in a band where like songwriting is like the goal and
Yeah.
the main
Yeah.
priority. You know what I mean?
That's
I-
how we orient our productions too. Like,
You know,
Sure.
yeah, it's
If ever I get a whiff of anything that sounds Beatles, like we'll be sitting there, I'll look at him and I'll go, another band that's never heard of the Beatles.
Yeah.
that's so funny.
They've never heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it's the
It's
touchstone.
so cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just looking up Klaatu.
Yeah, do you know that band?
No.
You tell 'em.
KLAATU, 1976.
Oh.
Some reporter said a rumor that this band may be the Beatles recording in secret. And then
They're from Canada.
Canadian band, 3 dudes, I guess.
3 or 4, yeah.
But then you listen to something and it was
calling occupants of interstellar.
Wait, it's an
vessels.
acronym?
No.
This is a
The song title is like calling all occupants of interstellar travel or something.
Panic
like
at the
that.
Disco,
7-minute song. It was covered by the Carpenters. A year later, it was a big hit for them.
Oh, shit.
But
Yeah.
we spent a quick rabbit hole on it. We're
Yeah.
like, another band that's never heard of it. Because the vocals, the style, everything
Yeah.
sounds exactly like the Beatles.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
on purpose.
To the point where like literally they were like, yeah, this is the Beatles under a different name, and
That's
then they
funny.
wrote that on their publicity thing. Like,
That, yeah,
yeah.
why not? Yeah.
Turns out they weren't, and then the next 4 records.
Yeah, and then they
just Canadians,
yeah,
eh?
yeah, and then it's like literally their bio says their next 4 records did not sell because they were not. Shit.
I've always been
Bad
like
move.
really
Yeah.
curious about this. Like everything, like a lot of. So any mathematical structure of like a chord progression, basic of like even if you just did C G F,
Mhm.
and you're doing a melodic structure and there's a 3-part harmony and it's just a rhythm of like that tempo.
Yeah.
And you're just going. If you did that 3 to 4-part harmony
Yeah.
and an acoustic guitar, how damn close is that to the Beatles?
I mean, that's already a Paul McCartney song.
Hey, dude, that's literally been written.
So, like
that was Love Me
We've been
Do, right?
literally, it's like,
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah.
that tempo range of
Yeah.
this. Your head's doing this bop, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that feels
Thing.
fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, eventually there will be a time past us where people are just gonna call that a style. It's not gonna be how we feel, like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like that's the Beatles.
It'd be like Big
Yeah.
Band.
it's
how we look
gonna
at, like,
have
Yeah,
its
yeah.
own asterisk to what it is.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be a genre called
Namrock.
Beatles.
It'll be
Never heard of
Namrock.
it.
Yeah.
Because they created this own thing, even though it might have been skiffle and it might have been the balance of blues and the balance of rock and roll,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
in its own entwined entity. It's
It changed enough.
they made
yeah.
their own stem of that
Yeah.
whole thing.
They did it differently.
The
Yeah.
breadth of material they were able to put out in the course
10
of
years.
10
Yeah.
years.
Insane.
Yeah, that's-
the
I
amount of
know.
time spent
Less
in the
than? Yeah.
studio.
less than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
it's-
talking
it-
like 8.
But
It's
just,
mind-blowing.
just how
Nine.
strong those songs
Dude.
are.
Yeah.
Like that's just
In a span of
I
5
don't
years
know, I
for a
can't
band to
even- you
create
can't
an album like
explain
Help.
that.
Yeah, they did Help and Rubber Soul in the
Rubber
same
Soul
fucking
is-
year, dude.
Insane.
Yeah.
How do
To
you
write
like
that many good
I didn't
songs.
know that actually.
Same year, dude.
Okay, who's your Beatle?
Ooh.
Paul.
Good.
Yeah.
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 Rubber Soul's favorite album too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good follow-up question.
You know
Everyone should answer
Yeah.
that too.
Nowhere I can't. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
John. I
John.
love John.
And album.
Ooh. Jeez, man.
It's okay. I'm winding it down. You don't have to think too hard after
Help.
this.
Yeah,
Help.
yeah.
I love
Okay.
Help.
Help?
That's
Yeah.
really got me to the Beatles.
That's,
Yeah.
that's there's no wrong answer.
There's no
That's the
wrong
best
answer.
part,
Yeah.
Mine would be Paul and Help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because yeah.
George and Abbey Road.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm
Beautiful.
still a Paul guy, and
Beautiful.
it's probably still White Album.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
that's a
Yeah.
cool album, man.
Yeah.
I listen to it a lot.
I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for the more.
Yeah.
I know.
Rubber
That
Soul's
album's
so
got
fucking
this good-
dude.
Yeah.
Good
Did you guys ever
groove.
did you guys ever go to Vegas and see the Love Show?
Have it not.
No.
It's
I had
it's
that
gone.
album.
It's gone now.
Okay.
I think because they turned down that casino or something.
shit.
It's turned into a Hard Rock.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
I went last year because I heard like they were gonna close it down. That show is it was amazing.
I've
I'm
heard all the
sure.
great
I heard
things.
the album. Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
it
Yeah.
was
Cirque du
amazing.
Soleil is going to do a pop-up thing under a big tent at a Laguna Hills mall, I believe.
That sounds like a tragedy setup.
Yeah.
It'll be probably insane.
Ben will be there inspecting.
Yeah. You'll be home inspecting.
Cirque
Not
du
happening
Soleil.
today.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay, so I have some wrap-up questions.
Yes.
And so there's two things about albums here.
Yes.
One is give me a perfect album. One album with no skips, all right?
Yeah.
Just
Any.
one.
There's
Because
Any?
in my
yeah.
life there
There's
are
a bajillion.
There's so many.
there are dozens, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an album with no skips. And then on top of that, Deserted Island. You're not tortured by it, but when you need music, it's the only thing you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
This may not necessarily
Yeah.
be the same answer.
They might not be the same
They
thing.
could
yeah.
be the one album, and you're like, Rumors is it for both. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no wrong answer. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, this is hard.
Like I would mention, because Highway to Hell was one of the first things I ever bought. There's no skips on that for me.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily my Deserted Island. I would still go with like Key of Life because
It's a double album.
Yeah,
Triple
yeah,
album.
yeah. Because of the wide variety of sound that it gets.
Man.
I have so many emotions in that record when Highway to Hell is, fucking
looking up albums?
drinking
I
party.
want to make
Satan.
sure I pronounce everything properly. I feel so
Let's
rude.
see.
Man,
I start with you, Johnny.
Oh, for albums, like
Yeah,
What was
any
perfect album?
either perfect
two
album.
perfect albums.
Okay.
Or just one per,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
3
Dark
per-
Side of the Moon
Of
and
course.
Green Day's American Idiot.
Okay. Both
Those
both
two
very
albums to
strong.
me, I can listen completely from front to back, and I do not have to pause a single
Yeah.
thing. If there's a pause, I actually get depressed.
Yeah, yeah. You're like,
Because
wait, we missed
it's
one.
a
Yeah,
fucking story of a record.
yeah. Yeah,
They're uncomparable in genre.
yeah.
Completely different timescapes, but to
Yeah.
me, they went into the studio with an idealism of this is a story, not this is a song.
Yeah.
And albums have place for both of those.
Yeah.
But those to what they are,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are either of those Deserted Island?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Deserted Island.
Yeah.
It'd probably be 17 Going Under by Sam Fender.
Oh, that's a good one.
Whoa.
It's because
Okay.
it'd be like a little bit more fresh to my brain as I am at my
Yeah.
age,
Yeah, yeah.
and if it was starting now,
Sure.
you're not,
Yeah.
I'm not born on the deserted island, right?
No, no,
it's
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I fucked up that boat
They got
saying.
coconut.
I'm swimming, hyperventilating. Fuck.
I got my record though. Yeah.
Shit. Oh, this is coming with me. Oh, fuck. The things I'm sacrificing for you, bro. No cell phone. No
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
You know,
That's fair.
it'd probably be that.
Well,
it's
that's a good
a
one.
really good record.
I don't know it.
He-
I need to check it out.
Oh, it's really
it's
good,
it's
yeah.
it's a arena record. It's
That's
it's
one of
an
my favorite.
anthem
It's very
feeling.
Bruce Springsteen. Like,
I love Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And it's an album that like feels very like that. There's saxophone. There's the guys play a lot of jazz master style pickups and Fenders.
he's got his
and-
own voice as a songwriter too.
Yeah.
Totally.
He's got a mixture of like I don't know, this sounds weird, but I think in my head like a British Johnny Cash.
Okay.
In a way. He's
I
not
never
he's,
thought about him that way.
he's
but
not
yes.
as deep in
Like
in
tone-
note,
like,
in
yeah.
tone, but in a way he's very like
It's a speaky singing style.
he's
yeah.
speaking,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
telling a
that's
story.
interesting.
Not everybody's telling a story, they're telling an emotion sometimes, but
Yeah.
the story where you're like you walk away from it and you're like, "Oh, I can picture that." I just felt like I just watched a 3-minute video without watching something.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
I like that.
Not all music's like you feel like you just imagine something actually happened.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cash Springsteen, the very visceral, visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With-
Very images. Yeah.
10th Avenue Freeze Out, you're like, I feel like I'm on the street and everybody's just getting it and we're
Yeah.
having like it's a day where everybody on the street's partying and we're all hanging out.
Totally.
Like it's a vibe. Like
Yep.
that's some music feels to what it's
Party.
supposed to tell the
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
It's a hard ant.
Yeah.
So start with the first one. Just
Yeah.
a
Any perfect album. Yeah.
So one that I could never let go is "Everything in Transit" by Jack's Mannequin.
Okay. Nice.
I
Love
just-
Jackson.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. huh.
to me it was a perfect album when I first heard it in
it's a good one.
2005.
Yeah.
Then like for another pop punk one would be like Motion City, "Commit This to Memory."
Dude, all day. All fucking
Great.
day.
I just know every song.
Yeah, every word.
If I was 20, I would say "Lights and Sounds" by Yellow Card.
Yeah.
But
Lights and Sounds.
but I don't know.
The aggressive one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like to be too normie, I would say Transatlanticism or Plans. Like those are both great albums to me.
Ah. Yeah. That's Death
He's
Cab.
like, perfect.
Yeah.
they're
I mean, there's so
two-
many albums.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Transatlanticism is like a
Yeah, like
mindbreaker
both of
record
those.
sonically.
I don't know, but like I'm trying to think of something older. But like when I listen to oldies, there's like compilations and stuff.
Sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
What about Desert Island?
Ah, fuck.
That's a hard one.
That is the hard one.
That is
yeah.
a hard one.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't go insane.
Yeah, you're not
Oh.
tortured
You're
by
just
it.
like,
It's just
"Ah."
when you want music,
Yeah.
this is music. Yeah.
Rubber Soul, I guess.
Not a bad answer.
I would just
Not a
listen
bad
to
answer.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. like
Diverse and good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a bad
that's
answer.
good. I got a few. I'll start with
Where did I start?
Yeah.
10 from Pro Jam. I'm a huge
Yeah,
Pro Jam fan.
all day.
I can listen to that from front to back.
Second
all-
zero.
Literally,
Second
every,
Dust,
like
yeah.
pretty much every song on that album is a single. Like,
that was
Painful.
and that was recording at the LA recording school in
Yeah.
LA.
yeah,
Let's see.
And they
Second.
didn't even need a studio. It just sounded like that.
dude. Yeah.
One microphone.
That's just
Let's
Pearl
see,
Jam.
Jaturna by Circus Survive.
Yeah.
Front to back,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day long.
Yeah.
Under Oath, Only Chasing Safety. That
Only
album,
Chasing
that
Safety,
that
okay.
album changed I love post-hardcore. I love Under Oath. From first to last album. I see them every time they're in LA.
I'm a Define the Great Line guy.
I love Define the Great Line. Right? I love it. Desert Island, probably, Taking Back Sunday. Tell your friends. I think it's great songs, great guitar sounds, great drums, great harmonies. It just has everything you need, at least for me.
Beautiful balance of anger and sadness.
Yeah, it has it all. It has it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Desert Island?
Yes. I don't know, man.
One album, bro.
Yeah, you only got one.
I don't know.
What about you guys?
Well, we'll tell you after. You go first.
Maybe.
Hey, you're sinking. Pick one album.
Maybe.
You got a whole library. You have to pick one.
Maybe one of the Red Hot Chili Pepper albums.
Oh,
okay, which
Yeah.
like Stadium Arcadium? Maybe?
Yeah, I think that's
Double
the one.
album. Like some people go quantity over quality, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's gonna be that one.
All right. Yeah.
That's
a
actually
good one.
a pretty good one. Yeah,
It's my
it's right on.
Playlist.
Yeah. My Desert Island's probably Abbey Road. But I mean, perfect albums. There's so many. Like, Commit This to Memory is one.
Yeah.
Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is another for me.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking.
Yeah, there's so
many.
many. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking All Killer No Filler. Sum 41 is another.
Yes.
One. Yeah, it is All Killer No Filler. I don't know. Fuck all the Beatles albums. Who's Next? I don't. There's fucking millions. I could go on for days. So I don't know.
Now that you mentioned more, it makes me like go into my head. I'm like,
Sorry, Johnny.
shit. There's many. Like even just Swell by Tiny Moving Parts.
Yeah, Tiny.
That album is a
Tiny-
front to back listen, and it's like a vibe, and or like many of the
Tiny Moving Parts is awesome.
That's they're incredible. The guitar player, crazy tunings. And shit.
Math.
I want to throw out that early 2000s pop wave. That it's OK Go's self-titled.
Yes.
Fucking great.
I was just listening to that the other day.
It's Phantom Planet's The Guest.
Okay, The
Fucking
Guest.
Great.
Yeah.
Not even California.
Great. No, California's on
that
The
record.
Guest, Yeah. The rest of that
you mean
album,
the whole album?
Yeah, the rest of that album is fucked, man.
I haven't heard the whole album.
Oh, the album's good. The album's good.
The production notes on
sorry, I
that
haven't heard that
thing, the layers
Incredible.
of guitar parts that go in and out.
It's
I don't
really
know
well done,
Who the
tasteful.
fuck was in charge of that? But it's so tasty.
I karaoke the shit out of California. I'm listening to the whole record tonight.
Yeah.
California's a great
Before
song.
I go to bed.
Dude, whole
played
record's
by
good.
the TV,
I'll
but
have to
like,
check it out,
oh man,
The whole record's really good.
Mwah,
It's
beautiful.
better than that song.
Well, yeah,
Because that's how I feel about
that
the Frey
song
records.
is still great. It just became a TV theme song, so everyone's over it.
Yeah.
That song is just as good as the record.
Oh,
Okay,
I
thank
will just to name drop in that same thing. Welcome Interstate Managers by Fountains of Wayne. They got one hit wondered by Stacy's mom, but that record,
No, he's a
man,
great songwriter.
every single song on that fucking record is just amazing.
Incredible
So,
band.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Still Tell How It's Purple.
Okay.
I
Okay.
fucking love that record.
Yeah.
It's an incredible record. Muse Absolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible record. Love that
Yeah.
record.
What's your desert island?
It's songs in the key list.
Oh, yeah.
Even like some of the Bowling for Soup stuff. Like I remember in the early days.
The Butch Walker records, dude.
Oh, man,
yeah.
the recordings on that are so good.
They're so well done.
Good vocals, good guitar, like guitar tones.
Smart
fucking
shit.
power pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharp.
hey, that's a great
We're all
way to
power
describe
pop
it.
people
Yeah.
here. We're all
Sure.
we're all fucking power pop people.
We want it heavy, but a big chorus.
Yeah. All right, so here's the last question.
Yes.
What song do you want to play on the end of this episode? One of your songs. Could be any song.
Probably Misdirection.
Misdirection?
Direction, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the-
It's fading in right now, everybody.
All right.
Here
Thank
we go.
you guys.
We did
Thanks,
it,
guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's not hard to find the ones you distance from your mind. Your heart was breaking in the light. Stirs a fire still inside. Though I grow weary, still I stay true. I don't need your misdirection. The truth you're making up too high.
was weakened over time. A broken promise, broken mind. Proud and reckless you are to find that we crash down like satellites. The light grow weary, still I stay true. I don't need your misdirection. The truth you're making up to hide. Your heart was saved and reconditioned. Fallen angels you deny.
Now we know when we watch any performance of an artist, be it a dancer or an actor or a musician, we know immediately when the performance is forced.
Your head's strong, dead wrong, and you won't stop for no one. The right side, the wrong time, and you leave room for no one. The long night, the headlights, guiding light of your life. Keep living your life, you're out of time. I don't need your misdirection. The truth you're making up to hide. Your heart was saved and reconditioned. Fallen angels you
In anything that you do.